and welcome to Texas National Bank Field at Bobby Lackey Stadium. Carlos Romero along with Mike Gonzalez for the Knapp Medical Center pregame show. And that's right, district season begins tonight. That's right, it's the 5th week of the season. Weslaco Panthers are 3-1 on the young year so far. And Mike Gonzalez, everybody has an opportunity at this point to win a district championship.
Yep. Now everybody is 0-0. Those non-district schedules do not count anymore. It's about winning here, moving on forward, and let's get going.
Yeah, let's get it going. The Weslaco Panthers have now won 3 in a row. And what have we learned so far about the 2019 Weslaco Panthers?
Well, Carlos, they're in a very exciting team. This is a squad that makes a lot of big plays, aren't afraid to take chances. Yep. And it's like I talked to Coach Stroman last night. He goes, we've got a taste of everything up to this point. They've been down by double digits. They've been up by double digits. They've gone into overtime. So this is a very entertaining team.
I think watching the first 4 games of the season, like you said, we've had a little bit of everything. Even a game that went into overtime, games that went back and forth, high-scoring affair. It has just been a phenomenal year so far. Exciting brand of football, certainly, the Weslaco Panthers have. Economedes started the season with 3 straight losses, but they're coming off a victory against the Roma Gladiators, and Mike Gonzalez, they come on here looking to prove something.
Right, absolutely, Carlos. Last year went 4-6. We're in the playoff hunt for most of the year. Brought back 25 lettermen from last year, and they come off a big win last week. They've changed the scheme a little bit. Used to run the old slot T offense and now try to run the spread. However, they still like to run the football here. So Coach Stroman told me last night, he goes, Mike, we have a special plan for them. And so let's see what happens.
Ran the slot T because Gabe Pena, the head coach, used to be here to Tony Villarreal at Weslaco High School. Now the head man over there at Economedes. Let's take a look back at last year's game between Weslaco High and the Jaguars. It was a game that took place on a Thursday night, and it was in Edinburg on the road, and Jacob Cavazos had a monster game. Here he is showing what he could do, rushing with the football and just taking command early on in the contest. And Jacob Cavazos still with the ball here is able to slip in for the score, and they were up 7-0. Special teams played a big role in the game, forcing the ball to come loose right there. Panthers in great field position, and then Cavazos. Here we are in the second quarter, bounces it in. It's 13-0 Weslaco Panthers. They passed the ball as well. That's Isaac Villarreal with the catch, and it was 20-0 Weslaco in command there. Third quarter, and Jaden Cavazos on the kickoff return, able to take the ball past midfield and set up the Panthers, and it's Cavazos. Money time here, going deep down the field, and he finds Jaden Cavazos with a catch. And then again, this is KJ Jones. He had a touchdown catch, and Cavazos added another score, this time running with the ball. A tremendous game for him. He had 6 touchdowns. Did Cavazos, 3 rushing, 3 passing. And the Weslaco Panthers dominated that game 44-0. The Panthers at that point last year had won 5 games in a row, Mike Gonzalez. But this isn't the same team. The 2018 version isn't the same team as the 2019 version.
Yeah, absolutely, Carlos. A lot different than last year. We all know the story of Payne Knab, Jaden Cavazos. We all know the kind of playmaking abilities they have. But then you have other guys like Ronnie Garza making an impact. Jay Granado's making an impact. Second on the team in receptions with 10. And then you have guys like Jesse Hernandez, the new feature running back, averages about 10 yards a carry and has scored 2 touchdowns in this young season. And so now you have more guys involved in the offense helping Jacob with the plays.
Yeah, make a more balanced attack, I guess you could say, with running the football, passing the football. Cavazos looks a lot more comfortable after the first year as a sophomore quarterback, getting some playing time. Last year, full-time quarterback. His junior year this year, once again, the starting quarterback. Very, very comfortable out there passing the ball. And then when you have Jaden Knab out there, and you could swing it out to him at any time, and he can make a catch, or Peyton Knab, I should say. I said Jaden
right.
Knab.
Yeah.
Peyton Knab, whenever he gets his hands on the football. So a little bit more of a balanced attack, would you say?
Yeah, I agree, Carlos. Now they have guys in the system for, 3 years now as starters, 3-year lettermen, and just their leadership, taking control of the offense, and it just everybody else just needs to follow, and that's what we've seen so far.
All right, let's take a look at the headliners so far. Who are the guys that are gobbling up all the stats for the Weslaco Panthers, at least through the non-district portion of the game? And there they are. There you go, Cavazos, the 3-year Letterman for the Weslaco Panthers at quarterback with 645 yards passing, 8 touchdowns, and 347 yards rushing and 5 touchdowns. And then Jaden Cavazos also does a very good job, slot receiver, over 200 yards receiving the ball, 14 catches and 3 touchdowns. And then Peyton Knab, 435 yards rushing, 6 touchdowns, 52 catches for him. And then, of course, there's Rodney Garza with 200 yards already received for him. Mike Gonzalez, talk to me about those players.
Yeah, Carlos, when you have guys like Cavazos, Jaden, and Payne Knab, the nucleus of this offense, then you put a sprinkle on Rodney Garza, who is a big playmaker that can hurt you as a quarterback, as a receiver, special teams, helping out the unit. And, I mean, it feels like they're one step ahead of the defense. That's what we see in the first 4 games. It's a unit that's averaging 419 yards and 38 points a game, among the best in the Rio Grande Valley.
Yeah, and when you say, well, I got to stop the big 3, that 3-headed monster. If you're a defensive coordinator, you're thinking, well, let's stop Jacob Cavazos, we'll stop Jaden Cavazos, let's stop Peyton Knab. But then you have someone like Rodney Garza who come in. Jesse Hernandez could also come in. They got a lot of weapons, this team, on the offensive side of the ball.
And we've seen the special packages throughout the year with Rodney coming in as quarterback, usually when it's third down, or even late in the first half, we'll see Rodney come in as a quarterback, and then you'll see Jacob line up as a wide receiver, and then we've seen Payne Knab used as a running back, who's one of probably best blockers on the team in the Valley. And so just so many weapons to use. And you mentioned KJ Jones, just other guys stepping up, coming through and delivering. And so far, this offense has been unstoppable.
Yeah, think about it. Just, 3 years ago, or 4 years ago, I guess you could say, they were running the slot T. They were running an old system. It was running the football. Now they seem very, very, very comfortable passing the football. We didn't even talk about Rolando Berones.
Oh,
but
absolutely.
He's come up with some big plays.
Big tight end. What is he, 6'4", 275, good size, good weapon. And you're right, Carlos, moving on from the slot T to the spread offense. I remember that first year when we saw them play, it had a little rough start, but the maturity, we've seen the whole unit grow. We've seen Jacob become just one of the best quarterbacks in the Valley, just using his talents, and it's been fun to watch.
All right, so let's talk a little bit about the defense now, because the defense have come up with some big plays. Yes, they've given up some points, but they've also made some big plays when they needed to. Let's take a look at some of their early season highlights in the non-district action. This was against Ed Calchielsa in the 4th quarter. The game was still on the line. They were only up by 3 were the Panthers there, but after that stop, they were able to put points on the board and go on and win by 10 points. Against PSJ North, this is Alexis Munoz batting the ball in the air, making the interception early on the game to stop a drive. Then the Raiders were driving down the field in the 4th down here, putting pressure on the quarterback. And the Panthers get the ball back there, able to score a touchdown. And, of course, this is the biggest play of the year so far. Tank Adrian Fuentes comes up with the big play there in overtime against Harlingen South as he's able to get behind the line of scrimmage, make the stop right there. The ball was on the 3-yard line with 4 plays to go, and the defensive line holds for Weslaco High School. That's last week against Harlingen South, and Tank was the hero of that game, Mike Gonzalez. But it was that whole front 4 that had a phenomenal approach and did an outstanding job to keep them out of the end zone.
Yeah, absolutely, Carlos. So 4 cracks from the 3-yard line, then they were able to get 2 yards, and then had 3 cracks from the 1-yard line, and just an outstanding job by the whole unit overall. I mean, statistically, they might not be where they want to be, Carlos, but just the fact that the unit has stepped up when it mattered most, and that was a prime example of it last week. And then at the same time, we're seeing the emergence of some young players, starting with Jesse Perez, outside linebacker, only a junior, has no experience, but made 2 big-time tackles in that goal line stand last week. And then another guy we've been mentioning the last few weeks, Josh Burgett, only a junior, also plays linebacker, is getting his first experience his freshman year playing at the position. And then we have other guys like Austin Craig, who's one of the defensive tackles, also a junior, stepping up there. And then Elian Rodriguez, only a sophomore, coming up with a big interception against Harlingen South last week in the end zone. So we're just seeing the whole unit come together. We've seen seniors step up that maybe didn't have experience last year. And at the same time, we're having some youth that we're probably going to see the remainder of this year and next year coming through.
Yeah, we talked about that at the beginning of the season, that some people, especially on the defensive side of the ball, they were going to have an opportunity to make a name for themselves, and they certainly have defensively. Some of those young guns, some of the guys that weren't on varsity last year, who are certainly now playing big-time football, 6A football on the defensive side of the ball. All right, so let's go up to the press box. Harrison and Fred Alfaro are upstairs ready to talk about this big game, because you guys have witnessed some exciting football this year, guys.
Oh, it was just amazing last week, Carlos. Obviously, on offense, we saw the 99-yard touchdown. And then, of course, that defense, bend but not break. Those great, tremendous plays at the end of the game to seal the victory. And, of course, this week, we've got two teams coming in, talk about bend and not break on defense. This year, Weslaco has given up a lot of yards rushing, and so has Economedes. So one of the keys, I guess, is going to be who can stop the rush, who can step on defense, right, Football Fred?
Yeah, it comes down to this. You've had 4 weeks or so to prepare to get to this point, to the first game of the district. This is where you put it all together. This is where the defense comes together. Hey, if that means if they're giving up that many yards during the game here, we could probably see a big night for Cavazos, maybe Kanab tonight, I think.
Well, I'll tell you what, we've seen a lot of big nights. Carlos told us about that. And back to you right now, Mike and Carlos.
All right. Thank you very much, Scott and Fred. We will be listening to you guys on Facebook tonight, Facebook only audio. Look who's with us now. Juanita Maldonado. She is here on the set once again. She goes to UTRGV. She's about to graduate. But you also had a chance to talk to someone who's going to be going into UTRGV, Jaden Cavazos, who's a baseball player, or going to be a baseball player for the Bronx, but for the Vaqueros. But you found out a little bit more about him, didn't you?
Yes, definitely. I mean, for Jaden to be going to UTRGV as a baseball player is so amazing. But we had the opportunity to actually sit down, get to know him a little bit more. And he's just one of those players that always has his head on his shoulders, and he knows what he wants in life. So he's ready to take on that new journey. So let's check out what Jaden had to say.
We're at Weslaco High School with the mighty Panther. This Panther was donated by the class of the 1970s, so back in the 70s and 80s, this Panther used to be rolled across the field whenever there was a touchdown score. This Panther was rolled down by the Rodeo Club, and now the tradition has been brought back by the FFA Club. So if you see the mighty Panther being rolled around, it is probably because the Panthers have scored a touchdown. Now let's go find out what Jaden Cavazos is up to. Who are you? Describe yourself to us.
No, I'm just a low-maintenance guy, just like to go about my business, do my thing, go to school, practice, and then just spend time with my family and my friends.
So other than football, we know you play baseball. How did your love for baseball start?
Ever since I was little, my dad would, be in the backyard throwing me wiffle balls, and I would hit them, and my love just grew over time, so, now I'm fortunate to still continue playing, and I love it.
You mentioned that you're very fortunate you're actually going to go play at UTRGV. How does this feel for you? How are you feeling?
It feels good. I mean, I'm glad, I got the opportunity, and talking to the coach over there, I'm very blessed and fortunate to get this opportunity, so just trying to make the most of it, but still trying to balance, my senior year.
Jaden, what kind of social media platform do you like? What's your favorite social media? Where can we find you?
You can find me Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, I don't really give that out, but I would say Instagram, especially from like a recruiting perspective, that's a real good way to put yourself on a platform to really get people to see you.
What's a fun fact about you that no one really knows? It could be anything that no one really knows that you kind of secretly like doing, maybe binge watching something, singing, dancing.
I like to dance, but I'm not very good at it. My friend is, but...
Can you show us the dance move?
No.
And what's one wish you have for yourself in general?
To always just be a good person, someone who's kind and someone who's truthful, honest, and always just try and strive to be better each and every day.
All right, well, that was Jaden Cavazos, very nice young man.
Yes, definitely. And I think he said one of his wishes is to be a great role model. And I think in that aspect, he wants to be a great role model for his 3 other siblings. And I think he's doing a great job at it so far.
So far, so good. All right, thank you very much, Juanita Maldonado. Look forward to next week when we talk a little bit more. Weslaco East will be here in the house. We'll feature them, one of their players. And then she'll also be helping out as a sideline reporter for tonight's game.
Definitely.
All right, thank you very much. Okay, it's time to change gears a little bit here and start talking about volleyball because their season is underway. In fact, they're already in district play. Mike Gonzalez is standing by with a couple of players to see what's happening on the court.
That's right, Carlos. The district season got underway a few weeks ago here, and joining me now are a few of the players looking to make an impact for the rest of the season. Let's have y'all's names first.
I'm Kimmy Espinosa. I'm a junior, and my position is playing libero.
Okay, how about you?
I'm Jasmine Science. I'm a senior this year, and I'm a setter.
Excellent, girls. Well, you guys had a pretty competitive non-district schedule, and I know y'all had a pretty big win against Brownsville Hanna. Just kind of give us a little recap of the non-district schedule, how it went for you guys.
Honestly, it's been pretty good. We're working hard each day, and it will get better, and we'll work as a team, and communication is a big role that has to play, and we're just being leaders every day.
Yeah, that's right. And the Lady Panthers actually are 2-1 in district so far. They come off wins over Edinburg Economedes and Donna North. So moving forward, what is it going to take you guys to, improve on that and make another playoff push?
Well, we just need to keep working hard in practice and putting forth the effort and communicating with each other, motivating each other, and hopefully we can get that district title and make it to playoffs again.
Excellent. Yeah, last year they made the playoffs for the first time in several years, and so I know that was a big moment for you guys. And so, kind of talk about what it's going to take to get back into the playoffs.
It's going to take a lot of hard work, especially since a lot of us, we're a young team, a lot of sophomores are in with us, and we just have to keep pushing them harder and have them push us as well and make us a better team overall and keep pushing. So later we can just be district champs, hopefully.
Yeah, that is the primary goal for every program, is to become district champions, which I know will mean a lot to you girls. And so if you had to compare to how you guys started the season, the first practice till now, kind of talk about that. You guys have probably come a long way and improved your craft.
Yeah, when we first started, like she said, we are a young team and we've come a long way. We were a little rocky at the beginning, but we've come a long way and we're a lot stronger now.
Excellent, girls. Well, tomorrow they have a big game on the road against Edinburg High at noon, so be sure to go out and support the Lady Panthers, and then on Tuesday against Weslaco East here at home. So that'll do it. Carlos, back to you.
All right, and good luck to the Lady Panthers. Big games Saturday and on Tuesday. All right, let's take a look at the weather for tonight here at Texas National Bank Field at Bobby Lackey Stadium. It's going to be 88 degrees, but it's going to feel like 95. That's right. October is next week, but it still feels a little bit warm. That's only what happens here in the Rio Grande Valley. No chance of slight chance of rain, 15% chance of rain, so you never know what can happen. All right, so tonight, district season begins. Weslaco High taking on Economedes right here in Weslaco, Bobby Lackey Stadium. For Mike Gonzalez, I'm Carlos Cervello. Thanks for joining us here on the Knapp Medical Center pregame show.
And at this time, before the national anthem, we would like to introduce the veteran of the game, brought to you by De La Garza Family Dental. Tonight, we would like to recognize United States Army Infantry Sergeant Robert Trevino. He spent 8 years serving his country, including a deployment to Mosul, Iraq in 2004. On July 25th, 2005, while conducting operations near the Euphrates River, Trevino was leading his team when his company was attacked by a car bomb. It was detonated near them. He endured second-degree burns on his body and was given a Purple Heart for being wounded during combat. After serving his country, Trevino went on to work for the Hidalgo County Juvenile Probation Department boot camp, attending UTRGV, where he earned his bachelor's degree in kinesiology and a minor in history. Sergeant Robert Trevino is now a security guard at B. Garza Middle School. He and his wife have 3 children, Danielle, Nicole, Robert III, and grandson, Ian Cash Lopez. Thank you, Sergeant, for your service. Now, will you kindly stand and remove all headgear for the presentation of the colors by members of the ROTC. They are under the supervision of Army Instructor Sergeant First Class Mario Gonzalez. The color guard members in the center of the field are United States Rifle Cadet Master Sergeant Alisa Longoria, United States Flag Cadet Major Stacy Trejo, Texas Flag Cadet Sergeant Liza Alisbo, and the Texas Rifle Cadet Captain Jose Naranjo. And now we honor America with our national anthem.
to Texas National Bank Field at Bobby Lackey Stadium. Along with Football Fred, I'm Scott Harrison, and we begin district play in high school football. This is District 31-6A, and it's the Weslaco Panthers, 3-1 in non-league action, and they are hosting Edinburg Economedes, who were 1-3. And before we kick things off, we definitely want to go down to the sidelines and talk to our reporter. And here is Juanita Maldonado.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Weslaco High versus Edinburg Economedes game. One of the players to watch out for this game is Jaden Cavazos. We had the opportunity to sit down with Jaden and speak to him about the future on this week's On Campus with JM. He's excited to play at UTRGV with the baseball team next fall, and his goal is to keep making his family proud and be a role model for his 3 siblings. Now back to you guys.
All right, Juanita, we'll talk with you some more as the game goes on. Football Fred, we got a team here, Weslaco. What an exciting finish last week. If you were at the game, it was definitely worth the price of admission, to say the least. Big goal line stand to preserve the victory in overtime. Of course, Economedes, for their fans listening in, they won their first game of the season last week. Both of these teams have given up a lot of rushing yards this year, but again, it's great, and everything is new when you get to league action.
Exactly. You got to forget, well, don't forget everything, but you got to remember the good things, and the Panthers have a lot of good things to build upon. We are ready for some district action tonight. Can't take anybody lightly, especially the Jaguars tonight. Should be a fun one here.
Got to talk to the coaches before the game. Gabe Pena, a guy that you've known for a long time. Enjoyed him. And, of course, Roy Stroman in his first season leading the Panthers. Coach Pena, his 9th year, so he's been around for a while. And we see Economedes, they will be kicking off, and they will be kicking off toward the north end zone. So in the first quarter, Weslaco will be moving south. It was Economedes that won the toss, but they deferred to the second half. You like the call?
I like it. I want to see that offense get going, put some points up quickly. Here we go.
All right, here is the kickoff. It's underway, and the ball will be down in the end zone. And right now, let us have the starting lineup for the Weslaco Panthers offense.
And Oscar Garces the third.
Roland Morales.
Lázaro Reyes.
Giovanni Novello. Andrew Reyes. Rolly Belona.
Jaden Cavazos.
Aiden Knob.
Jacob Cavazos.
KJ Jones.
Jay Granado.
AGPE is your ally, your voice for professional educators.
Remember last year in this game, it was on the road for Weslaco, and they won 44-0. Jacob Cavazos, the starting quarterback. We heard Carlos Robledo tell us in the pregame show, threw for 3 touchdowns and also ran for 3. Let's see what happens tonight, but a slow start as there's a flag on the first play from scrimmage.
False start.
Well, you know,
number 59 of the offense.
A little bit of
5-yard
the
penalty.
jitters, you get started.
Still first
That's
down.
okay. It happens. Get it up now, so that way we can get rolling.
So it's going to be 1st and 10 after the false start. Ball is going to move back to the 20-yard line. Have to get to the 35-yard line for a first down. There's Jacob Cavazos also in the backfield. Peyton Knab, of course, a spread offense, man in motion, and Peyton Knab will take the ball to start the game, and he is going to get up near the 23-yard line. So a pickup on that of about 3.
Yeah, and you know, this is exactly what the Panthers want to do. They want to start getting that, even though a lot of people say, well, they like to throw the ball. Well, they want to run it first. And that's basically what they want to do. Watch as quickly the Panthers are going to employ the quick offense here. But Knab, man, he drags a couple of Jaguars with him, if not half of the defense with him. When he was running there, and it still took a few more guys to bring him down.
Well, Coach Stroman told us before the game they definitely were going to open up running the ball. Gain of 4 on that play, so it's going to be 2nd down and 11. Ball at the 24-yard line. It is in Weslaco territory, and Jacob Cavazos is going to keep the ball, and he is going to be tripped up. Gets just about 1 yard on the play.
You know, we've noticed this already in the non-district. You can take some things that you've learned. Cavazos really hasn't when he has to. He runs, and boy, is he dangerous and successful. But sometimes, like in this situation, you can see they have certain plays that they want. Maybe that's something we're going to see as the district goes on. But we have a player down here.
That's right.
Yep.
And hopefully not a serious injury. It is for Economedes. Right. And before the game, we want to mention this now. Always good here at Bobby Lackey Stadium about recognizing people that have done great things in their career, even if they've passed on. And there was a little tribute before the game.
That's one thing that the staff here, Bobby Lackey Stadium, does very well. They recognize a lot of the people in the community, some of the older players. So our condolences to the family of David M. Torres, who passed away suddenly. I remember him calling games back in the Kelsha Rivas days. If you remember that, congratulations. You're a true Panther fan, but our condolences to the family and the Panther Nation.
So it's going to be 3rd down and 10. They're going to say there was a gain of 1 on the play. Ball's at the 25-yard line. A player for Economedes over to the sidelines. And again, early in the game, only about 1 minute 10 seconds in. Of course, we've seen some games this season where we've seen scores with 1 minute 20 seconds gone. Remember that a couple weeks ago, but it was the opposition. All right. Jacob Cavazos is going to get the ball. He's going to keep. He's at the 30, and he is over the 35, and he is going to get down to about the 36-yard line. So a nice gain on that play, and we're going to give him a gain of about 21 yards.
That's exactly what Jacob does. We said this earlier, that when he wants to get somewhere, he gets it. Doesn't matter who does it. He's going to get there. First down, Panthers.
So 1st down and 10, and the ball is going to be handed off to Knab once again, and a nice tackle that time. And again, not much gain at all, if any. And again, we see Economedes' defense has done a pretty nice job at times this year.
Yeah. Christian Salinas there on the tackle, and a bunch of other white jerseys for the Jaguars. And you know what? They're coming out ready. They kind of know that maybe the Panthers do want to set the tone with the run. So they're coming out prepared so far, doing well in the beginning stages of the game here, the Jaguar defense.
Loss of 1 back to the 45-yard line. It is going to be 2nd down and 11. First couple minutes of the game, and jumping off sides, one of the wide receivers.
Yeah, and you know, that tends to happen. Again, you're so amped up, and I remind people as we wait for the call.
Before the play, false start, number 88 of the offense. 5-yard penalty, still 2nd down.
So that's going to be 2nd down and 16.
You're excited. You want to go out there and play. This is first game of district. You know, it's hard to contain everything. That happens.
Ball at the 40-yard line. And Cavazos thinks about passing the ball. He's going to run, and he is going to get up to midfield where he's going to be dropped after about a 10-yard gain. So it still is going to be about 4 yards for the first down.
Yeah, this Jaguar defense has come out to play. They're being a bit aggressive. And we'll see in the replay in a second here, we tend to see that they flushed him out quickly. They had a lot of people going right behind him. Big Saul Garcia was there just to make that. Jose Luna was there as well. Another defensive lineman, junior defensive lineman for the Jaguars. Good start here for this defense so far.
So gain of 6. It's going to be 3rd down and 5. See if this is going to be a running play. No, a little pass. And it is going to be dumped off to Jaden Cavazos, who had the feature on a moment ago. And he's going to be down to about the 33-yard line. So he picks up about 20 yards on that reception.
I'm going to start calling him 7-11. He is open all the time. I know we say that, but look at him here. Just a quick pass pattern. He's out there. And then look at the yak, the yard after catch. He knows what to do with the ball. No wonder he's such a great hands. He's a baseball player as well. He's an athlete. Yeah, that's the kind of thing you get here with Jaden. Nice play there.
And nice feature by Juanita Maldonado about him. We saw it both in the pregame and additional feature coming up later. Okay, it is going to be 1st down and 10, and this time another pass play, and this is going to be to Barones, and he is going to get down to about the 15-yard line, so we're going to give him a gain of about 16 or 17.
I like that. I really like that. Barones is an athlete. He's a tall kid. He can really run. Nice tight end screen there, and the Panthers in a hurry up now.
Raleigh Barones, it is 1st down and 10 inside the 20 in the red zone, and this time a pass play toward the end zone, and it is going to be incomplete. Falling out of the end zone after trying to make the play is KJ Jones. This is significant because he has been out since the first game. I believe in that game he had 3 catches for 71 yards against Nicky Rowe and a touchdown, but had a hamstring injury, and finally he's back. We thought he'd come back by the time we got into league competition, but incomplete pass, but nice job.
Yeah, welcome back, KJ Jones. Man, that's a nice attempt there. He almost made the circus catch, but we'll see if we can see it again. They'll probably go back to that. He was double cover, but he really went up for it.
2nd down and 10. Ball is at around the 17-yard line. And this time it's going to be Peyton Knab, and he is going to get down to about the 12. So he picks up about 5 or 6 rushing up the middle.
Yeah, I'm a Panther fan. I'm happy tonight because if they're going to start running the ball, Peyton Knab is going to have awesome numbers. He is going to dominate tonight, especially if they stick to that plan of running the ball, which they have so far. It should be a big night for Knab.
So it's going to be 3rd down and 5. Ball around the 12-yard line. This time, Jacob Cavazos goes over on the left side, keeps the ball. He'll be inside the 10, and he is going to be out, looks like around the 2-yard line. We'll wait and see.
Oh, he got it.
No, they say he kept his balance, got into the end zone. So a 12-yard touchdown run for Jacob Cavazos, and we have 7:22 remaining in the first quarter. Remember, it was deferred kickoff to the Panthers, and they marched down the field. I believe it was about 75 yards to get the score.
You know, on this play, we've got to give, again, I've said this about Jacob before. He's not just a great athlete. He's a smart athlete, very intelligent as we wait the extra point. It is up, and it looks good, and it is. So it's a 7-0 game so far. But I was saying, when he was running with the ball, he knew where he had to go. As a matter of fact, he rolls out, he sees nothing there, waits till the end, and then all of a sudden what he does at the end, snips the ball out. Before he goes out of bounds, that ball is the only thing that needs to cross the line, the line there, the end line, is just get across the pine line, get the ball in there. And that's exactly what he did. Nice play, smart play by the quarterback. 7-0 Panthers early.
And, of course, Ram Galvez with the extra point attempt. Now, several players were injured in last week's game, but all are supposed to be back. Tell us more about that.
We were kind of, it's the first game of district, so you're kind of worried about it. But Aaron Thomas is okay. He was a little bit banged up, and we'll see if he plays tonight. Another one that I really wanted to see is Elijah Esteban, and I'm happy we're going to see him. He's there as well. So that's a big play. I mean, that's always good to see when you have your full defensive players out there. And then Jesse Pettis was another one.
Yeah, he's going to be out tonight.
He's going to be out tonight. So they're missing him, but the fact is that they're able to put things together. And Rodney Garza, who was limping off at the end of the game, we were holding our breath for that, but he was able to participate tonight, so we're happy to see that. All hands on deck tonight.
And I'll be honest, a lot of those injuries we saw last week looked like they might be out for multiple weeks. I'm just saying what it looked like, not what it was.
Yeah.
And Jesse Perez, we talked with him tonight. Hopefully he'll be back in 2 weeks for Vela.
Right.
But again, a concussion protocol, you got to be very careful. And the opening kickoff is caught and knocked out at about the 18-yard line. That is where it'll be 1st and 10 for Economedes.
Really nice kick there. Angel Chavarria had nowhere to go. The ball just died at the 20, and he had no choice but to pick it up. And he was hit by a bunch of Panthers there on that play. So nice special teams play so far. Let's get to see this defense play now.
Nathan Garcia threw a couple touchdown passes last week. Big game, obviously, going into that game against Roma, 0-3, but they win. And we'll have to see what the Jaguars do here. 1st down and 10. One back lined up behind the quarterback. And this back is going to get the ball pretty good yardage, maybe close to a 1st down. And the opening carry is by Furman Hernandez, who also had a big week last week. Rushed for about 163 yards and a pair of touchdowns.
Yeah, and he's going to be one of those guys to watch. But as you're watching this defense, guess who's playing free safety? Look who makes the tackle. Yeah, that's number 6.
Rodney Garza.
Yeah, he's playing some defense. We got that from Coach Stroman. We were talking to him before the game. He was going to try that tonight.
So 2nd down, and knocked him out probably after he got 6, so we'll call it 2nd and 4. And once again, trying to go around the right side and not getting much at all. I guess we'll call it no gain on that play is Hernandez.
Yeah, and he's trying to stretch it against this defense. And let me tell you, it's not going to work, especially when we have Josh Burkett as one of your linebackers. He is fast and he is quick and he can get there. Nice play by Burkett and the rest of this Panther defense.
So it's going to be 3rd down and 4. Clock running, approaching the midway point of the 1st quarter. And no score for the Jaguars yet. This is their opening series. Panthers productive on their first one. Jacob Cavazos with a 12-yard touchdown run. And there we see Garcia. He's a junior. And we'll see if he's going to throw the ball. No, going to hand it off to Hernandez. Almost tackled in the backfield. Now he reverses field, goes to his right, and he is going to get the 1st down and more. He is going to be out. It looks like over midfield, finally down to about the 41-yard line. And on that particular play, he gained about 34 yards.
Yeah, he's shifty. He makes things happen. And it's one of the things Coach Peña told us, look, he's going to try to create things, especially, but there's a flag.
All right.
Now, I don't know if it happened after the play was done or happened during. We'll see what they say.
Keep in mind, both of these teams, rushing-wise, have allowed over 900 yards in rushing.
Number 79 of the offense. 15-yard penalty from the spot of the foul.
That was huge.
1st down.
If you're a Panthers fan, in the positive way.
Yeah, and what happens there is it really negates the big run. It gives you a 1st down, but at the same time, you lose the yardage that you needed. So that's a tough spot to be in.
So ball is back at the 39-yard line. It's going to be 1st and 10. And we'll see. You don't expect to see too much passing tonight, do you? For Economedes?
Not much at all.
And this time tries to pitch it. The ball is loose, and it's going to go out of bounds at about the 31-yard line. So on that play, a loss of about 8 yards on a muff.
I want you to tell me how many times you've seen this and you've covered Valley High School football. There's a pitch to the right, but as you pitch it, your running back is on the floor. There's nobody there. So the quarterback has got to go after it, catch it, try to pick it up. He almost lost it. Good thing he went out of bounds. If not, they would have spelled disaster. Nathan got to see how bad he ran after that ball. But you don't see it very often where you're going to do a pitch and your running back is on the floor.
No.
And it just happens. The turf monster got him. That's what it was.
Going to be 2nd down about 18 yards. Talk about their offensive formation tonight.
You know, the offensive line is a big offensive line. We'll start there. So no wonder they want to run the ball. But really, we'll get to it in a second here as the play develops.
All right, it's going to be a pass. First pass of the night. And receiver is wide open. But it's overthrown on that play. Ronnie Rios, number 7, a senior wide receiver, intended target.
Now, that's exactly what I was going to say they try to do. They lure you to sleep thinking they're going to run the ball, and they use multiple formations. They'll run out of the power eye, they'll slot to you, they'll do different things. But you know what? Eventually, they're just going to hit you with a quick pass, and boy, he was wide open, Ronnie Rios. The only thing is that obviously Garcia couldn't get it to him, but that's exactly what they want to do. They want to establish the run, put you in, and once you're drawn in, once you have everybody in, they'll kick you with a real quick one. Nice play there by the Economedes Jaguars, just didn't happen.
Garcia has passed for 465 yards this season. Drops back to pass this time. Now he thinks about running the ball, and he is going to be tackled at the 30-yard line, sacked for a loss of 1 or 2 yards.
Right. We said that we were talking to Coach Strowman, and that's a nice big tackle, and we'll see here in a second. By Aaron Garcia was able to get there. And let me tell you, we were talking to Coach Strowman earlier. He said, look, we're going to go back to our five-man front. We feel that's going to help us tonight, especially against the run. They just rushed 3 guys. Everybody dropped back. So, not much for that.
All right, we see it's going to be the quarterback, Nathan Garcia, doing the punting. Does a little rugby-style kick. And it is going to go down and go out near midfield, so it's going to be nice field position for the Panthers on their second possession.
Yeah, and see, that's the problem when you don't throw the ball too much. And when you start leaning upon it, and you've been doing okay with the running, but all of a sudden you get in trouble, whether it be a penalty or turnover, whatever it might be. You get into that spot, you're going to have a tough time. And that's exactly what happened there for the Jaguars. A missed opportunity after a big play that was negated by a big personal foul penalty.
Economedes again beat Roma last week 28-21, and they lost their first 3 games against PSG Southwest, Corpus Christi Moody, and Laredo. So it's going to be first down and 10 at midfield for the Panthers, and it's going to be a running play. And this time it looks like Jesse Hernandez has the ball, and he's going to get down near the 40-yard line. Yeah. First down of about 10 or 11 yards.
Yeah, you and I are big fans of Mr. Hernandez. Let me tell you, Jesse is one of these kids that now he's getting to get the ball early on, and we see him there. Got night vision, and he's got a really good speed. Cuts it back up and picks up some nice yardage.
Now another play, and this time not much at all on second down. It was Hernandez once again. Actually, maybe a loss of a yard or 2.
And you've noticed that the Panthers are going pretty quick. They're going pretty quick, and again, that's by design. They try to do that so the defense won't substitute any players. If anything else, if you go quickly and you change plays at the line, they have a tough time trying to defend that, so you can change the play if you like.
Hernandez, by the way, 15 carries for 166 yards and 2 touchdowns this year. And this time, we are going to see Jay Cavazos throwing the ball, gets it to Raleigh Barones, and he'll be down near the 25-yard line, so a gain of 17 yards on the pass.
And Barones, we said yesterday, if you watch the NFL, if you're a big fan of tight ends especially, he's got the dimensions and he's got the skill, and he can run out there, and he kind of reminds you of a Zach Ertz, kind of a guy that can get open, can play tight end and block, but he can also catch. He's athletic enough. Nice play there by Barones.
And he's had several catches this year, so they will use him. First down and 10. Cavazos. This time he's going to hand off the ball, and it is going to be a run of about 8 yards for Jesse Hernandez. By the way, Hernandez had a touchdown last week, if you will remember, and so he can be very effective. He had 4 carries for 42 yards. He's been averaging about 10 yards a carry this season.
Right, valuable weapon. It's a 1-2 punch. We said that. They have Kanab, give him a little bit of a breather. They bring in Hernandez. Then when Hernandez needs a breather, they bring in Kanab. Man, what a luxury to have 2 backs that can really produce for you that well.
So the ball heading toward the scoreboard. It's going to be second down and 3. This time ball passed out to Jaden Cavazos. Cavazos spins around and gets back maybe to the line of scrimmage.
You know, I get the feeling that once, especially when Coach told us in the beginning that they were going to try to run the ball. You get this big offensive line for the Panthers rolling. And man, it just takes off. Big Rolando Morales, Erasmo Garces, some of those guys on the offensive line. Let's watch them. You're really starting to get some rhythm now. Let's see if they can open up some big holes.
No gain on that last play. Third down and 3. Hernandez with the ball once again. And he is going to be short of the first down. But as the play concludes, there is a flag.
Yeah, and that, you know, in that area where it's at, it's usually a hole. But we'll see.
Holding. Number 3 of the offense. 10-yard penalty. Repeat third down.
We're talking about Economedes. Their first game they lost to PSG Southwest 21-14, to Corpus Christi Moody 20-16, Laredo 16-7 before they beat Roma 28-21. So they have not given up much points this year. The most points they've given up in a game is 21.
Right. So that's one of the things you think about if you're a Panther fan. Hey, This team will play it. They're scrappy. Let me tell you, they're going to put up a fight. So we'll see how the Panthers can handle that.
3rd down and 13. Jacob Cavazos feeling pressure, drops back to near midfield, got that ball, going to run, and now he's down the left sideline. He is at the 23-yard line, but still short of the first down.
Yeah, when you know, I'm going to be honest with you. Jacob here is a great athlete, but eventually, for the sake of the remainder of the season, somebody get in his ears. Hey, by the way, you can throw it away, slide, run out of bounds. You know, don't take a hit, especially like this. You know, I know he's a tough kid, but boy, kind of, you know, when you see that, you're thinking, oh boy, get up, please, and let's not do that again. But nice play.
Okay, they're going to go for it. Gain of 5 on that last play. 4th down and 7. Now here is Cavazos looking for someone open. He's going to have the ball, gets it off the last second, throws it out of bounds, and he was looking for Hernandez down around the 5-yard line, but he threw it out.
Yeah, and you know, yeah, and that's exactly what it was. He had really no great defense. There was nobody he could throw the ball to. He went through his reads. I followed him a little slower, obviously, than he is, but I went to say 1, 2, 3, and he couldn't find anybody. So he's like, there's a guy chasing me. I got to get rid of it, you know. But at the same time, your defense is playing well. So you're thinking, okay, it's like a nice punt here. Let's get our defense out there to see if we can keep this same field position. And it looks like at this point they're looking at a good field position.
Ball at the 23-yard line, going to be 1st and 10. Second possession of the day for the Jaguars. A district that is 31-6A action. And going to be a handoff and not much going at all, maybe a couple yards.
Yeah, Big Tank. Man, he was the MVP last week. Right now, he broke through again. And he was there. He had nowhere to go. Somebody needs to block Tank. And maybe it's the fact that maybe nobody can at this point. You know, he comes up and nice play by Tank and some of the other defensive players. I've been really impressed by Nathaniel Perez, who's just a sophomore, and he was involved in there as well. So nice play.
And that last play, 4th and goal, the 3-yard line, I'm talking about in the win last year, last week. And had he not made that stop, we would not be as near happy today. Now the second play is going to be stopped at the line of scrimmage, going to be thrown back that time.
Yeah, Aaron Garcia, he's following Tank's footsteps. He says, hey, if you can do it, I can do it too. He meets the quarterback, pushes his guy back into the running back. Matter of fact, his offensive lineman couldn't block him. He blocked him into the running back. That makes it a lot easier for Aaron Garcia. Nice play by him.
Didier Martinez, am I saying the young man's name right? He's at running back right
now. Yeah, Martinez. Let me see if I can catch him.
Yeah.
One of the running backs.
Yeah, and he's been in this series. He's been rushing the ball.
They've been using different running backs.
Yeah. So it's going to be 3rd and 15 after that last play. Little flea flicker. And here it goes. Garcia way downfield. But good defense that time. And an incomplete pass. Couple defenders back there. Pass was intended for Jacob Prado, a senior wideout.
Yeah, you know, tricky Jaguars. At least you start off on deep in your end of the field. It almost dropped.
Was that flea flicker?
Yeah,
right?
flea flicker. Puts it up. And then what happens?
Well, Rodney Garza was one of the 2 back there. I saw him. And Rodney, by the way, was injured last week. We're not sure if we're going to see him much on offense this week. Maybe a little bit, but Coach says we'll definitely see him on defense.
Yeah, it just depends. So we're talking about field position, and they got it here. Now we'll see as the rugby-style punt is off.
Nathan Garcia gets the ball back to the 42-yard line, and we're going to get the ball with Jaden Cavasso. He'll get over midfield, and he gets down to about the 35-yard line. So nice return, 15, 20 yards.
Yeah, and you know, you've got, as a flag comes in late, but yeah, excellent return by Cavazos, and he's a dangerous kick returner. He's a dangerous punt returner. You know, we know what we can do as a wide receiver, but boy, he can do a lot of different things. And so now one of the officials has its head off. So that means probably somebody went out of bounds and didn't try to get back inside. Probably just sat on the bench after it was done.
Jacob Cavazos, by the way, passing this year, 47 out of 82 attempts for 643 yards, 8 touchdowns, and 1 interception. So he does a good job. Of course, we know he can rush the ball too. 44 carries for 347 yards and 6 touchdowns. Last week against the Hawks, 14 carries for 115 yards and a touchdown. And so he can do it both passing and rushing. Still awaiting the call.
The officials taking a mighty long time deciding what the problem was. It might have been something that happened. Maybe two or three things happened. We'll see. Let's see what the official says.
There are multiple fouls on the play during the kick. Illegal block in the back, number 8 of the receiving team. Personal foul, number 25 of the kicking team. Personal foul, number 10 of the receiving team. All those fouls will offset, and we will replay 4th down.
Okay.
Oh, wow. You got to write all that stuff down. I remember. I'm surprised. I'm really surprised by the official. He remembered
He did
everything.
a good job.
Yeah.
He gets an A. and by the way, we were talking about Cavazos also rushing the ball this year overall. 44 carries for 347 yards, 6 touchdowns, averaging almost 8 yards a carry. So updates on Cavazos' numbers are always impressive the last couple years.
Yeah.
Always like to give them. And now we want to give you some more good news if you're a Weslaco fan. Ball is in the red zone to begin this drive down at the 18.
Right. So now they're going to do that punt all over again. And
Actually, they're going to do it over again.
Yeah.
Okay,
And the last thing you want to do is give Jaden Cavazos another shot. There we go.
All right. But it's still good news for them because the punt didn't go too far. So I guess I was a little ahead of myself talking about good news.
You know, and we were talking about this earlier. It might not show up anywhere on the stats, but you and I were talking. That ball, it looked like it just went on the side of his foot or something.
Right.
But we were on the field, and you don't feel the wind too much. But when you kick the ball, especially doing warm-ups, we saw that ball was going backwards, especially if you were kicking towards the wind.
Yeah.
So we got to keep an eye on that.
That's
if that'll
good.
cause any type of turnovers or anybody missing a punt or a kick, that might play, as the game goes on. But it was just something to keep an eye on.
So far this season, Weslaco lost to Nicky Rowe 44-41 in the opener. We'll give the rest of the schedule in a moment. It's going to be 1st down and 10 at the 40-yard line of Economedes, and it's going to be a sack back to the 45. Also, Weslaco second week beat Edcotch Elsa 45-35, defeated PSJ North 24-7, and last week that thriller over Harlingen South 41-35.
On the last play, Brandon Reina, one of their star linebackers, came up, and we said earlier that during the first quarter they're being very aggressive. The Jaguars are. They're blitzing, they're run blitzing, they're trying to throw Jacob Cavazos off his game, and they were able to get him there. Let's see how the Panthers kind of adjust here, and if the Jaguars continue bringing the pressure, if they can get it out quick.
All right, we're at the end of the first quarter, beginning the second. 7-0 Panthers. Loss of 4 on that play. It's going to be 2nd down and 14. Jacob Cavazos back to pass, and he has a receiver open, and it is going to be a touchdown. Nice job on that play, and it was a gentleman we don't see too often.
Yeah, Mel Rodriguez, nice play by him. Mel streaking down the middle. The key was he had enough time to throw the ball. I wonder if is there a flag? Yeah, there's a flag on the opposite side of the field.
It was a 44-yard touchdown.
Illegal formation.
Flag.
Number 3 of the offense.
5-yard
penalty.
Repeat
first down.
Yeah, so that's going to negate the big touchdown.
Repeat
and
second
big
down.
Pass. Boy.
Was it a holding?
It looked like it.
Yeah.
It looked like either that or somebody might have jumped.
All right.
Didn't quite get it, but the flag was away from the play, so I'm thinking maybe one of
5-yard
them
penalty.
Right. But then negates the touchdown.
Yeah.
So I say we do it all over again. The exact same thing. Let's try it.
I mean, I feel so sorry for Rodriguez. 1 catch on the season, and time for the second. And by the way, he is a junior.
Yeah.
So it's going to be 2nd down and 19, ball near midfield. Cavazos will throw it again, and this time the ball is going to go down to near the 39-yard line, still about 9 yards short of the 1st down. And it was Jaden Cavazos.
Yeah, so you pick up the penalty yardage and a yard more. And again, those nice little curl patterns, little slant patterns, whatever you want to call them, maybe even a little screen out there to Cavazos. The Panthers are counteracting the aggressiveness of the defense by doing those quick pass patterns out there.
Gain of 11. It's going to be 2nd down and 9 at the 39-yard line of Economedes. And this time Cavazos in trouble, and he is going to be sacked back around the 50-yard line. That's going to be a loss of about 9 on that play, 9-yard sack.
Yeah. When you start, when you're playing a football game, and you start, and all of a sudden a dance breaks off, especially what he was doing there. Cavazos did. Cavazos was running for his life again. He rolled out. He had a chance to throw the ball out there, but Raul Aguilar and the rest of the Jaguars were there. Nice play again by this defense, being very aggressive with Cavazos.
So 4th down and 19, ball back at midfield. Going to punt, be the first punt of the day. And now Cavazos is punting again. I know Rodney Garza was shaken up last week. That may be one of the reasons why Jacob is back doing punting.
Timeout. Weslaco.
Timeout.
That is their first timeout of the half.
So do you think about it? I mean, it's 4th and forever.
Yeah.
I know that. But do you, in the back of your mind, hey, our defense has been playing pretty good.
Right.
Do we give it a try? We have, we scored on a big 44-yard play earlier that was called back. Do we try that play again?
No. I want to pin him back and let my defense do the work. That's my opinion.
Okay.
By the way, the Weslaco Panthers 2019 season is sponsored by Knapp Medical Center, and we met a special friend before the game.
Yeah, it was Tramaru the kangaroo. Yes, I didn't make this up. This is great. You've got to meet him. Tramaru the kangaroo from Knapp Medical Center, always at Panther games. You got to come say hello. A real nice kangaroo.
He's tall, too.
Tall, yeah.
So 4th and 19.
He has gifts, too.
Bears gifts. All right, it's going to be Cavazos back from about his own 40 punting the ball. It's going to hit inside the 20. Let's see where they finally mark it. It's going to be marked at the 16, so anytime you put the ball inside the 20, that's a good job.
So that was a nice call by the coaches here because, again, your defense is playing really good. You pin them back as pretty deep in their own side of the field, and here we're coming with another flag.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Man, the officials have been popular here during our first half here.
Offsides, number 21 of the defense. That penalty is declined. Economedes ball.
Okay.
All right, so there we go.
It's district, so maybe they're calling a little bit more tight. The penalties have been kind of even a little bit here, back and forth. Especially the Panthers. The one for the Panthers, it really hurt. That 44-yard touchdown pass to Mel Rodriguez. Boy, that was a nice play, but maybe we'll come back to it later.
Garcia this year has completed 32 of 74 passes for 4 touchdowns. We mentioned 465 yards. Nathan Garcia will pitch it off this time, and it's going to go around the right side, and will pick up not much that time. And this time, we see the rusher is back to being Furman Hernandez.
Right, so they go back and they put two fullbacks right behind the guard and the tackle. And they lead the block going right, and they sweep it out there. And they're hoping that he can use his speed to get out there as quick as he can. And Hernandez does have some speed. So they're hoping he can go out there, beat the defense out there, but this defense is pretty fast themselves.
Loss of 2 on the play,
Well.
2nd down and 12. 9:37 clock running, first half. Panthers leading the Jaguars 7-0. Handoff in the backfield, and the running back is just clobbered that time.
Does that look familiar? That's Tank. That's big 68. This reminds me of last week on the last play of the game in overtime. He comes out and makes a tackle. I was saying earlier, and
he planted Hernandez.
I was thinking of just kind of playing around here when I said I don't think anybody's blocking him. At this point, he's out there in the backfield, two yards deep, meeting the running back as soon as the ball is handed to him.
And that's got to be a loss of about 5 or 6.
That is a great play there by Tank.
So 3rd down, ball's at the 9-yard line. Have to get to the 26 for the first down. This time a pitch once again to Hernandez, and he is going to be stopped once again, and this time it's about the 10-yard line.
One of my favorite players, Angel Castellanos. One of those players that came over from another sport, decided, I'll help you guys. And boy, are we ever happy he made that decision. Watch this tackle. Textbook. Boom. Come up, make it, wrap him around, throw him down if possible. He did. Nice play there, Mr. Castellanos. Nice play.
The ball now is back at the 10-yard line, maybe 11. And again, it's 4th down, a mile. How's that sound?
Yeah, that's about right.
And there's going to be a timeout on the field.
Timeout, Economedes. That is their first timeout of the half.
So far, only score of the game, Jacob Cavazos, with 7:22 remaining on the opening series of the game, rushed in for 12 yards. And as we go on, we'll give you some scores later tonight as we get them, and as we see what happens. So far, as we look at this season, As far as Economedes, on defense, they have given up 920 yards rushing, 292 passing, so they've given up over 1,200 yards, giving up about 300 yards a game.
Wow.
On their offense, they've rushed for 306 yards, passed for 289, a total of 595. Believe it or not, they are averaging only 148 yards a game on offense. Economedes.
So maybe a lot of this running, but not a lot of points to show for it, you know?
Yeah.
It's kind of what you're kind of getting there with that.
Right. As far as the defense for the home team, they've given up 662 yards passing, 942 yards rushing, 1,600 yards approximately overall, giving up 415 yards a game. That's the Weslaco defense. See how they do right now. At least the special teams on defense. And the punt will be gotten off at about the 5-yard line. Very high punt, but not going to go far. So great field position for Weslaco. And as far as their offense this year, they passed for 724 yards, rushed for 951, as we see Coach Stroman, a total of 1,675, averaging 418 yards a game. So what they average a game on offense is about what Economedes gives up on defense.
Right. So that, if you kind of are going by numbers here, and then you add the excellent field position the Panthers have right now, it doesn't sound good to the Jaguars, at least not now, but we'll see what happens.
Well, when you're in their territory, the Jaguars' territory, 1st and 10 at the 23-yard line, heading north. And now you're going to see a run by Jacob Cavazos, and he's going to get inside the 15 to about the 12. He'll be very close to a first down and a flag.
Yeah, and again, the officials are calling this real tight, and it's going to come back for a holding. Nice run there again by Cavazos, but doesn't matter because it's coming back.
Holding, number 59 of the offense. 10-yard penalty. Repeat, first down.
We're at Texas National Bank Field at Bobby Lackey Stadium in Weslaco, Texas. It is the opening of district play, 31-6A. And was there some district play last night?
Yeah.
In our district?
Well, we're about to get to I'll give you the score here in a second.
All
Something interesting happened last night.
1st and 20. Ball at the 33-yard line. We have a slot on the right side, one back in the backfield. That's going to be Payne Knab. Jacob Cavazos looking over, trying to get signals. On the near side, it's KJ Jones as the lone receiver. Now we actually have trips on the far side. Cavazos has it going. He's going to run to the far side, and he is going to get down about the 25-yard line, couple yards short.
Okay, at what point do you tell the officials, hey, come on? Sound like a fan?
Another flag.
Number 76 of the offense. 10-yard penalty. Repeat, first down.
Now you were going to talk about last night.
I sound like a fan. Come on. Well, last night, interesting. PNJ North, not in that district, but they picked up their first win last night. PNJ North beat La Jolla Juarez Lincoln 34-19. Now that's important eventually because, if you're talking playoffs and things, eventually you get to meet a team like that. And really what I wanted to mention is Donna High. I'll tell you here in a second.
All right.
I know that a lot of people want to hear
it's
about that.
It's going to be 1st and 35. And again, we're going to have a rushing play, going to pick up some yardage down near the 30-yard line that time for Payne Knab. So he picks up about 10 or 11. Still, it's going to be 2nd and about, 23?
At least. Yeah, if you're a Panther fan, you know about the Donna Redskins, and they were really, they hadn't won a game. But they, especially during district, and they were able to pick up a win last night. Donna 42, Brownsville Lopez 35. So they pick up their first district win, barely, Redskins.
So it's going to be 2nd down and about 18. Got about 17 on that play. Nice. And this time, not much going as Jacob Cavazos keeps the ball.
Now, these penalties, if you talk to any of the coaches, they're going to tell you, this game looks choppy. Does that make any sense? It's choppy. It's got really good pieces of it. And all of a sudden, it chops down, and it's like it never really gets started, and it really breaks the rhythm. That's what you're getting a lot of that now because of those holding penalties.
Loss of one on the last play. It's going to be 3rd down and 18. The ball at the 31-yard line, and before the snap, we have a whistle.
Yeah, and that might be the best thing to do. Coach Peña saw something out there. He was trying to tell his defensive coordinator to call a timeout.
Economedes.
He decided to call it himself. He saw something was coming he didn't like, so it might be a good timeout.
RGVsports.com top 10 this week. We won't run down the whole thing, but some of the relevant ones. McAllen Memorial, they're in the top spot.
Right.
Preseason, it was Robert Vela. They're in number 2.
Right.
Weslaco is in number 9. And so pretty good right there, huh?
Right, yeah, that's what you have right now. I mean, a lot of these teams, Bella obviously starts district tonight. McAllen Memorial does the same. So we're going to find out pretty quick here. Now, some of these games that were non-district, we found out because ourselves, on the Weslaco Panthers, they didn't play some of the players that could have played, but they held them back for just to keep them safe or whatever you want to say, health reasons. So they don't have the team out there to compete sometimes, and so you get some of these scores that are kind of weird. But yeah, and district starts, you're going to start seeing really who's who in the districts, and a lot of the pretenders are going to start falling off, and the contenders will start coming up.
All right, it's going to be 3rd and 18. Ball at the 32-yard line. Got to get the ball down to about the 13-yard line for a first down.
Ooh. Seems like a long way away.
Slots on each side. Peyton Knob in the backfield. Spread formation. Jacob Cavazos at quarterback. And he is going to roll to the right. Going to throw it toward the end zone. And it is going to be caught. KJ Jones, second touchdown pass of the season. And that one is about 32 yards. Remember, he caught a touchdown, had 71 yards in receptions in the game opener, had a hamstring injury, has been sidelined ever since.
It was late in developing because Cavazos was running for his life. But I saw at the corner of my eye, I saw KJ making his way. Now, he was double covered. And the play, really, he was double covered on this play. But he was able to get up there so high and get the ball. Cavazos really got nailed after that throw. We're hoping he's all right as we await the extra point here. But yeah, it was a heck of a throw by Cavazos and even a better catch by KJ Jones. Hey, welcome back, KJ.
Glad to have you.
Yeah, are you kidding me?
That was sweet. Of course, remember last week, Jacob Cavazos, he completed 12 of 15 passes for 311 yards and 4 touchdowns. Extra point attempt is up.
It's good. So in essence, what you have is you're going to see Cavazos running around for his life. This breaks down. Again, aggressive defense, pushes him out of the pocket. Look, and he sees KJ now. He throws it. If I throw it there, he'll catch up to it. And boy, does he go up high. Look at him. Over 2 guys. 2 defenders were there, and KJ out-jumped them both. Nice play by KJ Jones. We're happy to see that connection back and working. Touchdown Panthers, and now they lead 14-0, 6:33 second quarter.
2 defenders.
Yeah, Brian Fernandez was there. He was one of the guys, and Eliseo Vasquez was another. I mean, they tried their best. They were in good position. He just wanted it more. That's basically what happened on that play. Wow. Hey, Tiscamp's back.
Oh, yeah. And by the way, both of those defenders were seniors.
Yeah.
Veterans.
He just out-jumped them. That's as simple as that. Just out-jumped them. Wanted the ball more. A nice athletic play there by KJ.
And remember, on offense, there are 9 returners this year for Weslaco. None on defense. We've said that a lot this year, but for people just maybe tuning in for the first time, this is a whole new defense this year. Meanwhile, for Economedes, they have 4 on offense, 5 on defense. And their last playoff appearance, by the way, was 2016. Of course, last year, Weslaco went to the 3rd round of the playoffs before losing to Lake Travis. That's where Baker Mayfield went to high school. And that happened over at the Alamo Dome last year.
That was a fun one.
And by the way, I got to think of the name. I got to look it up. But there was a real good wide receiver for Lake Travis. He's doing well with Ohio State.
Yeah, I saw his name.
Okay, that was the guy. And I got to look it up later. I meant to do it before the game. I apologize. But that guy that did real good, I think he had a couple touchdowns for Lake Travis last year against Weslaco. I saw him on the highlight reel this week for Ohio State. And I told him, I said, when you get to the NFL...
Garrett Wilson.
Yeah, Garrett Wilson. Great job. What a comeback by Football Fred.
I remember.
Oh, awesome.
I'm done for the night.
Yeah. Take a bow. All right. Well, we see the kickoff. Great defense, swarming, knocks down the runner at the 13. But Garrett Wilson, I talked to him after the game last year. I said, we appreciate seeing your talent. We see what you can do. But I said, I cover a lot of NFL games. And I say sometimes I get players to do interviews on national networks like Sirius, ESPN, Fox, SB Nation. I said, don't big shot me when you get to the NFL. So you heard that here
for the play.
Garrett Wilson,
Personal
don't
foul.
big shot me.
Number 18 of the defense.
Oh, boy.
15-yard penalty. First down.
And if you're a Weslaco fan, personal foul against the defense. So Or not,
Yeah.
I mean, not good news, I'm sorry. I'm saying if you're a Weslaco fan, some bad news.
Right.
Good news if you're a Economedes fan.
And Coach
Yeah.
Stroman is out there and saying, guys, can we just let these kids
Yeah.
play? I mean, especially that one. That one hurt. That's 15
Right,
yards.
15 yards. So the ball's at the 30, first down and 10. 6:24 remaining. Panthers leading Jaguars 14-0. We're in the second quarter. And Garcia feeling pressure once again. And he is going to get the ball off.
Ooh.
And it's intercepted this time. Nice job. And that's Rodney Garza. He's at the 30, the 25, the 20, where he is finally knocked out of bounds. Rodney Garza, who suffered an injury last game, didn't know if he'd be back, but gets a big, huge turnover on defense.
I'm not a doctor or anything, but I think he's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think so too.
We were a little concerned last night.
Yes, we were.
I'm sorry, last week around this time. But look, as the pass gets thrown, he's up there, and man, he goes up high.
Yes.
We forget, or we don't forget if you're a Panther fan, that he plays not just quarterback, but he also plays receiver, and he's a good one too.
So he got the ball at about the 47, returned at 27-yard lines to the 20-yard line. Weslaco in Economedes territory, 1st and 10, heading toward the north end zone, away from the scoreboard here in the second quarter. We have 6:09 remaining here in the first half, and ball will be handed off to Peyton Knob, and he is going to go all the way for the touchdown. First play from scrimmage, he is going to take it 20 yards for the score.
Yeah, and you kind of felt that this was going to be Kanab's time. He excels when he comes off the field and when he gets the ball, as we await the extra point here. He excels at that. He's one of these guys, and you're going to get to see the type of running. And I mentioned this before, and it sounds like a broken record, but he's got the ability, the vision he has when he's running downfield, and he runs hard. We await the extra point, and looks up, and it is good. We have the privilege of having replay, and he comes up and he makes one man miss there, comes up, makes another man miss there. Then he turns on the afterburners after he does that, and he's got that the ability to be able to shift quickly. And he's a big kid. When you see him, you don't think he's that fast, but man, he's not only quick, but he's fast, smart kid. Good player.
Knob came into this game 52 carries for 435 yards and 6 touchdowns, averaging about 8.5 yards a carry, a nice average. But remember, last week was not a big week for him. 11 carries for only 36 yards, so maybe some motivation to have a big game tonight.
But the word is pedestrian, right? Sounds pedestrian numbers for him. We're usually used to a lot higher numbers. But Knob is that type of a player, especially when you have something like this, something big has happened, and you after an interception, after a turnover, and then you come back, and Knob is so fired up. He's just hard to bring down. He's got the ability to make some big plays, and you just saw it there firsthand.
And, of course, last year, Weslaco beat Economedes 44-0. Now, talk a little bit for a moment about their coach. You introduced him. He's a nice man.
Sure, Gabe Peña, it goes back, and a lot of people will remember. You know, we go back years. Many people will remember Coach Jim Height. Now, we're going back. That's back in the 90s, 80s, late 80s, early 90s. You know, there was a lot of coaches that came through here. One of the coaches that did the same was Coach Tony V. He had a staff back then, and he was the first when Tony got here. He was the first offensive coordinator for the Panthers. His name was Gabe Peña, the head coach of the Edinburg Economedes Jaguars. And I'll tell you something even a little bit more interesting.
So the ball gets up to the 35-yard line. Economedes will have it 1st and 10.
Right. So Gabe Peña is the offensive coordinator, but he's also introduced to a young and upcoming assistant defensive coordinator that eventually became the defensive coordinator by the name of Coach Stroman.
Wow,
yeah,
Stroman.
They were in the same coaching staff back in the days, and we were talking on the field. And when we have time, we'll get into it.
Yes.
But boy, some stories shared that I think a lot of Panther fans will reminisce and think about and say, "Well, I didn't know that." But anyway, that's something for later, perhaps.
1st and 10 at the 35-yard line, and it is going to be a quarterback keeper, and Garcia is going to get knocked out of bounds on the near side of the field. There is a flag.
Yeah.
No gain, but again, we'll see what the flag's about.
Yeah, and he's running for his life now. Yeah. Now this defense really has broken down that offense. It looks like they're probably going to hold.
Personal foul,
bro.
Illegal blindside block. Number 79 of the offense. 15-yard penalty. Repeat first down.
One thing I do want to get in about Economedes real quick.
Yeah.
Talking to Coach Pena, he talks about how a lot of his players are really overachievers, right? On the situation. Just give a real quick synopsis.
Sure. Basically, a lot of these high schools are zoned. In other words, from the area that you live in, that's where the high school that you go to. And Coach Pena made it very clear, like a lot of our kids are from rural areas. They come from smaller communities, not from the inner city. They don't have a lot of the, what would you say, a lot of the things that perhaps the city kids can get into.
Advantages?
Yeah, a lot of different things like that. So he says everything, these kids work hard. They come from humble families. They work hard. They don't get to go to a lot of these camps, but when we get them here, work hard with them. So he was just very proudful of his team.
That's good. I'm very impressed with that. So it's 1st and 25, ball back around the 20, but another whistle.
Yeah, and just to kind of, as we have a timeout, Coach Pena did mention, he says, look, we these kids that I have, and just give them a little time here, they're young kids. Again, they come from humble families. A lot of the parents, and I'll go back to my time. My parents being from Mexico, me being born here, but their parents don't really know what football is, American football is anyway. That's kind of what these kids have.
Yeah.
They're first generation here. They were born here. Their parents are from Mexico. They were born in Mexico and lived there for some time. And these kids, their parents don't understand exactly what they're doing. Oh, my son plays football. What does he do? I'm not really sure what he does, but he wants to do that. We wish him well. So that's what the type of environment that sometimes we kind of forget that they're dealing with, especially there at Economedes.
1st and 25. Ball around the 20. Nathan Garcia is going to pass it. And off the fingertips of his intended receiver, Orlando Rodriguez.
Yeah, and this offense, once again, once it starts to break down, this defense now is on fire. That defensive line, I mean, let's go right through it. Big number 94, that's Alexis Munoz. Big number 48, man, he's a player. Elijah Estebanes, he's out there. These guys tank.
Who was injured last week, but had a great game.
Adrian Fuentes tank, having a massive game. Big 54, Aaron Garcia, they're all having a massive game tonight.
They're massive men with a massive game.
That is it. That's the way to go.
Garcia having a massive pass rush this time, but does get it off, and it's a short gain this time. And the receiver was Ronnie Rios.
Yeah, and they have a big offensive line. The Jaguars do. They're just having a hard time controlling these guys. As a matter of fact, Tank was back there again, and then you have Big 54. We got Garcia back there. You have these guys living in the backfield pretty much all night tonight. So that's something to see, something that you can definitely take back. That's an awesome play by this defense.
Castellanos, I think, was on the top.
Yeah, Castellanos, exactly. One of my favorite players. Angel Castellanos, the linebacker, 32. Done a good job tonight as well.
Gain of 5 on that pass, 3rd and 20. And again, Garcia running for his life, and he'll get it off at the 20, tries to throw it ahead, and actually does get it to his receiver, and he is going to gain about 17 yards on that play. It was a nice catch, a little short of the first down. It was Adrian Garcia, a junior receiver.
Now I'm down 21 points. I say I've got 4:32 left to go in the first half. You try it? I mean, you're down 21-0. Your ball is at the 40, at your own 41-yard line. Gabriel Gonzalez, nice play by him on the defense. Yeah, he was there.
Tackle. Yep. Okay, so it's going to be 4th down and 5. Ball at the 41-yard line. Going to go for it. Economedes in their own territory. No, they're going to punt it. Okay, looked like it might be going to go for it, but again, short punts, punting has been a problem. Ball only gets to about the 40-yard line.
And that's the reason I brought it up. I said, look, it's 4th and 5. Let's say 4th and 5. But the fact is, your punter has taken the night off.
Right.
he decides
it's a struggle.
It's a struggle. Yeah. Decides, hey, you know what? But anyway, the issue was, hey, why don't you try it? If you're gonna get a
I thought maybe they were gonna. I thought they were gonna go for it out of punt formation. Didn't you? Didn't you think they were gonna go for it?
That's exactly what I brought.
I said it wrong, obviously, but I thought they were gonna go. I thought they were doing a fake.
That's what I thought. That's my thinking.
So they faked me out too on that one. All right, but it's going to be 1st and 10 for Weslaco. Ball at their own 43-yard line. When you get a chance, tell me how many timeouts they have left.
Okay.
And we see trips on the right side, but it goes to the left in the backfield to Jesse Hernandez, and he is going to get knocked down at about the 48-yard line, so he'll pick up 3 or 4 on the play.
So the timeout situation for the Jaguars, they have no timeouts.
The Jaguars have none?
Yeah, the Panthers have 2.
Okay.
So they've got the clock, and then they got the moving here. They've got the timeouts if they need them. Then they get the ball back. So, yeah, Panthers are in pretty good shape. Yeah, Brian Fernandez, number 14, in the play there. He's playing corner for the Jaguars.
So it's going to be first down and 10. Jacob Cavazos is going to keep it, and he will get inside Jaguar territory. He's going to get down to about the 45-yard line, and it's going to be a first down.
You know, everybody talks about that, and it's popular now, that RPO, right? That run, pass, option. So Cavazos is back there. If he sees that the man comes up, he gives it to the running back. If he sees that it doesn't come back, he doesn't. Nice play there by Jose Luna for 89 for the Jaguars.
So it'll be first down and 10 at the 44 where they mark it. Cavazos has it, feels some pressure, still has it, drops it off now to Jesse Hernandez, and he is going to be corralled down at about the 36-yard line, so he'll pick up about 8.
Yeah, and again, when they go to that play, where it's up to Cavazos to decide what he wants to do. Here it was just a quick, they're trying to set up a screen, it looked like, but that was Brian Fernandez who was on the spot there for the Jaguars. So yeah, it's one of those things where kind of keep an eye on it. They like that RPO quite a bit, especially when Jacob runs down the middle. Man, he can turn it on. Let's see what they do here.
We're going to give it second down and 3. Ball at about the 38-yard line. Cavazos has it. This time he's going to throw across field. Hernandez has it, drops it, it's picked off, and it's a turnover. And we see the ball is picked up, I believe, by Fernandez. Let's take a look in a minute. I think it was 14 that had it, Brian Fernandez.
Brian Fernandez.
We've been calling his number a lot. This time he gets the interception off the hands of Jesse Hernandez. Fernandez gets it, and he'll take it all the way into Weslaco territory.
What a play. I mean, that just doesn't happen very often. That ball just pops up, and then Fernandez is right on the spot. It just happens to be at the right place at the right time, and then he brings it back across midfield. About 45-yard line of the Panthers. Are in good spot now.
So that'll be the second interception of the year against Cavazos.
Wow.
But, you can't really blame him for that one.
Right, that was technically his fault.
Yeah. All right, so it's first and 10 inside Panthers territory at the 46-yard line, and it's going to be a handoff. Going to pick up a few yards on that play, and again, Fermin Hernandez, the carrier.
Yeah, Fermin Fernandez, they're going to try and keep going to him. He's their big player. He's their big-time player. He had a great game last week, and so they're going to continue feeding him, try to get him rolling. But you're running out of time. About 2 minutes left to go in the quarter.
Josh Burkett in on the tackle among those. Second down and 7 after the 3-yard gain. And this time a fake handoff, going to pass over to the left side, and the ball is going to go for a first down. It is a pickup of about 8 yards on that play.
Yeah, Angel Chavarria on that play there. He's one of those receivers that they want to get the ball to him, especially on that type of play. He's a quick receiver, can get there quickly. Quick screen out there. He'd let him go make something.
Rodney Garza, I believe, was among those in on the tackle finally. So it's going to be first down and 10. Ball at the 35-yard line. Best drive of the night so far for Economedes. Nathan Garcia, you see the quarterback. He will hand it off this time, but it'll be to Fernandez, and he's going to pick up maybe 3.
Yeah, and they keep the game plan going. They feel that's their best way.
And I meant to say Hernandez.
Yeah, Hernandez. That's the best way to draw the defense in and then try to hit you with that quick pass. Don't be surprised if they take a shot at it here. It's a second down and 8. Clock is running down a bit, but more than likely
we got a lot of Hernandez and Fernandez.
A lot of those. A lot of family members. I'm not sure, but I would figure.
All right. So second down and 8, as Football Fred said, and now we have a penalty. Maybe it's offsides.
Yeah.
As we were looking, one of the members for Weslaco pointed a finger, saying the offensive lineman got offsides. That was Aaron Garcia's saying.
Number 77 of the offense.
Yeah, Jesus Gonzalez.
Yeah.
Is telling, hey, man, you don't have to tell everybody, you know?
But Garcia was out there pointing the finger.
This is the guy that moved. Yeah, we all saw.
All right.
Yeah, big 77, man. It's a big kid.
That's going to make it second down and 13. By the way, the Weslaco Panthers 2019 season is sponsored by Knapp Medical Center, and the play is underway. Pass toward the end zone. Receiver is open for a moment, but good job by the defense getting back on the play. The receiver at that particular time was Angel. What is it?
Chavarria.
Yeah. Angel Chavarria. And who was back?
Yeah, Gabriel was back there again. Gabriel Gonzalez. Nice play, man. He just timed it perfectly. Just put his hand out there, and man, if he lets it happen, Chavarria scores. And we said, don't be surprised if they take a shot. As a matter of fact, don't be surprised if they keep going, throwing the ball here for the remainder of this drive.
Ball is back at the 43-yard line. It's going to be third down and 13. This time, short pass, and it's bobbled, but the receiver holds on to it, gets down to about the 32-yard line, and that was Hernandez, the running back.
Right. Castellanos came up as well. Nice play by him. This defense is quick. They can get there really, really fast, and they were there. As soon as that was thrown over, there was a lot of Panthers getting there quickly. Burkett was there, and some of the other guys
Offside.
were there as well.
Number 54, the defense. 5-yard penalty. Repeat third down.
So they'll repeat the third down. It was a gain of about 6 or 7, but we're going to repeat third down. There's the Weslaco cheerleaders, always showing a lot of support, always doing a great job. Very enthusiastic.
Always keeps the crowd going with their cheers and doing well and keeping the good morale for the team.
Right. So it's going to be third down and about 8. Ball now inside the 30-yard line, actually inside the 35-yard line of Weslaco. Down to the 33. Clock is running, though. Only 25 seconds remaining. Remember, no timeouts for the Jaguars. Dropping back is Garcia. He's back at his own 40 when he unloads it, and he is going to have it off the fingertips of his intended receiver.
Yeah, Angel Chavarria was the intended receiver there, and that ball was just a bit overthrown. He just couldn't really grab it. He has to throw the ball, and at this point, they've got to throw it every single time because they don't have timeouts.
And there was good defense that time.
Yeah, we see Gabriel Gonzalez. Once again, he's very active back there. Always around the ball, it seems like Mr. Gonzalez is.
And got to go for it. It's 4th and 7 with only 14 seconds remaining. Weslaco probably really can't do anything even to get the ball back. It'll be under 10 seconds remaining, even if this is an incomplete pass. Motion. One back in the backfield. And it's going to be a pass play, and it's incomplete. It is thrown low that time. Jacob Prado was the intended receiver.
And that's so tough. That's so tough when, these past few times they were throwing the ball. But again, that's not what your offense does. Your offense wants to run the ball, set the tone, and then from there play action or use some sort of other plays to try to get this defense up so they can have some receivers open. And that's just so tough to achieve when you haven't been running the ball. Everybody's coming at you. They have no threat of the run, so everybody comes at you, coming downhill to get you. So nice play by the defense of the Panthers.
Panthers will get the ball back around their own 33-yard line. Only 9 seconds remaining.
Right.
I would expect Cavazos may take a knee, but you never know.
I would. You get the ball back to start the third quarter.
Well, he's going to keep it. He's going to rush it.
Run around.
And he actually going to pass it. So it looked like he was going to run with the ball. And it is caught by Barones down at about the 28-yard line. That was an amazing play.
Well, check that. Looks like that was Granados who slipped out of the side.
Okay, I'm sorry. Granados.
Yeah,
it was Granados. It was Granados.
Okay. I honestly thought he was going to also kind of just slide or throw it out.
So what? Now we have a timeout.
Yeah, it looks like we have a flag.
Oh, flag.
Surprise.
On the play. Personal foul. Roughing the passer against the defense. Number 89. Illegal man downfield. Number 55 of the offense. Those penalties offset. One untimed down.
Okay, Jay Granados got about a 39 or 40-yard reception prior to the flags coming out. And Granados, by the way, 10 catches for 75 yards this year and a touchdown. Last week against the Hawks, 3 catches for 21 yards.
So this is what I would like to see. I would like to see the super duper play. You know what the super duper play is?
What is the super duper play?
The super duper play is when you put Garza back there.
Okay.
You have Cavazos streak down the sideline and just heave it as far as Garza can and have Cavazos go up for it.
All right.
That's a super duper play.
I like that.
I don't know if they're going to call it, but that's what I would do.
Well, the ball right now is back at the 33-yard line. No time on the clock, it says, but I guess there's going to be one final play.
Yeah, no super duper play.
Nope. 21-0, Panthers lead the Jaguars. And this time it's going to be a handoff, and it's going to be Knab, and he is going to get some nice yardage. He's going to get down to about the 45-yard line. So on that play, it gets about 23. And that's going to end the quarter.
Hey, you got to love Knab. Big run. He sees one of the drill dancers, you young ladies, and he says hello.
So real quick, Jacob Cavazos on the opening series has a 12-yard run for a touchdown, 7:22 remaining in the first quarter. Then later on, we see it's KJ Jones in the second quarter. About 6:33 remaining, 32-yard touchdown pass. Glad to see it, his second of the season.
Yeah.
First game back since he was injured in the first game. And then an interception. Rodney Garza intercepts a pass, and then Peyton Knab comes out. About 5:56 remaining. These touchdowns just about back-to-back. He has a 20-yard run for a score, and that's a summary of the scoring. 21-0 Panthers over the Jaguars. Some final comments before we go to halftime.
I'll take that. That's exactly what we wanted to see from the Panthers. Got to clean up those penalties. I think everybody does. But I think we're in good shape, and we get the ball back to start the second half.
Once again, District 31 6A action. We're at Texas National Bank Field at Bobby Lackey Stadium. And at halftime, it is the Weslaco Panthers 21 and the Economedes Jaguars 0. Along with Football Fred, I'm Scott Harrison. We're going to enjoy the bands at halftime. Be back with second half action. This is a K-West production.
This evening, your Dreamettes would like to take time to acknowledge September as Childhood Cancer and Hodgkin's and non-Hodgkin's Lymphoma Cancer Awareness Month. It's not easy being diagnosed with cancer. It's not easy dealing with chemo and the side effects. It's not easy losing your hair and facing uncertainty. All we can do is hold on to hope every single day and draw from the inner strength that remind us that we can overcome tough days. In between those tough days, there will be good days. Embrace those good days and put the tough days behind you. Each day you conquer makes another day stronger. Keep going strong, everyone, as when someone has cancer, the whole family and everyone who loves them does too. Support the fighter, admire the survivors, honor the fallen and their families. The Dreamettes are wearing lime green tonight and would like to dedicate this evening's performance to our behind-the-scene personnel that was diagnosed with non-Hodgkin's lymphoma. He is one of my many family members that have been alongside with our Dreamettes since it was established in 2015. Mr. Ruben Trey Rico assisting with filming of our routines, posting them on social media and YouTube, and creating our incredible mixes. Thank you for all you have done for myself and our Dreamettes throughout these years. Introducing your 2019-2020 Dreamette officers. Sophomore Lieutenant Amber Hernandez. Junior Lieutenant Danielle Hernandez. Senior Lieutenant Kiana Reyes. Senior Captain Sayan de la Garza. And your 2019-2020 Major Kaylee Martinez. Dreamer of the Week, Alexa Garza. Sit back and enjoy a power palm routine dedicated to our many cancer victims and survivors and their families. Palm routine 2, Festival Fusion.
To tonight's halftime performance. Taking the field is the award-winning Weslaco High School Panther Corps.
The field direction of head drum major Marty Cruz Perez, assistant drum majors Zillian Bravo and Natalie Estrada. Color guard officers are Captain Cheyenne Perryman, co-captain Jocelyn Cavazos, and Lieutenant Jacqueline Marquez. Tonight, the Panther Corps will be performing their 2019 UIL Pigskin Marching Show entitled Ascension, featuring the music from James Howard, Rue's Farewell, Verdi's Requiem, Mozart's Requiem, Luke's Arumque, Fly to Paradise by Eric Whitaker, and the finale from the Firebird Suite by Igor Stravinsky. And now, ladies and gentlemen, here is the Weslaco High School Panther Corps! The Panther Corps is under the direction of Rodrigo Leal. Assistant directors are Clarissa Salinas, Fabian Trevino, Ernesto Ortiz, Moises Garza, Cecilia Perez, Michael Perez, Iris Gracia, color guard sponsor Eram Leal, and student teacher Julio Lopez. The Panther Corps would like to thank the Weslaco ISD Superintendent of Schools, Dr. Priscilla Canales, Weslaco ISD School Board, Weslaco High School Principal Yvette Morales, Weslaco High School Band Boosters, and the incredible city of Weslaco for supporting the fine arts. Thank you, and go Panthers!
Halftime scores on the big scoreboard are brought to you by Taqueria El Compayito, located across the street from the high school and now on South Texas. Swing by after the game where you can get orders of delicious lunches and a variety of taquitos, including bistec, trompo, fajitas, tripas, and more. Halftime scores brought to you by Taqueria El Compayito. Our third quarter is brought to you by A&M Construction with a score 2-1-0, Panthers ahead. If you're looking for that home of your dreams, stop by A&M Construction and visit their showroom at 502 East Expressway 83, right here at Weslaco. A&M Construction, building beautiful homes since 2000.
And welcome back to Texas National Bank Field at Bobby Lackey Stadium. Along with Football Fred, I'm Scott Harrison. We have District 31 6A action tonight. Opening game of district action. And at halftime, it's the Weslaco Panthers leading their guest, the Economedes Jaguars, 21-0. And before we have the second half kickoff, of course, Football Fred, I'm Scott Harrison. Let's go down to our sideline reporter, Juanita Maldonado.
We are here with Kaylee. She is a major of the Dreamettes. So Kaylee, we see that something special is going on. We have some lime green bows and a lime green pom. What is that all about?
Well, today we're dedicating lime green to our sponsor's son. He's dedicated with non-Hodgkin's lymphoma cancer, and Trey's a big part of the Dreamettes. He dedicates his time to us. He does all the behind the scenes. He takes videos of us, posts them on YouTube, and does our remixes, and we really want to show our appreciation to him.
Thank you so much, Kaylee, and thank you for supporting a wonderful cause. Thank you. Back to you guys.
All right, thank you very much, Juanita. Football Fred, getting ready for the second half. It's going to be Weslaco kicking off to Economedes. They'll be kicking off toward the north end zone away from the scoreboard. Reflections on the first half.
Well, you know, if you're a Panther fan, you're very happy to see the fact that their offense has been doing well. Now, there's some things to clean up. First district game, some penalties that have held. Really, this score should be a lot higher, let's be honest. I mean, they've dominated the game. But, again, there's some things to clean up, and I'm sure that some of the things that Coach Stroman talked to the boys about, these young men are ready to play some second half football. And I wanted to say this. I have to say this.
All right.
You know, even if you don't like football, you got to come out to the stadium, and they have brisket burgers. They have brisket tacos. They've got all sorts of good. Just come for the food if you have to. I mean, it's a great team. Don't get me wrong. But Bobby Lackey, it's an experience, a dining experience.
You know about your cuisine.
Are you kidding me?
Opening kickoff goes back into the end zone, so it'll be first and 10 of the 25. And right now, let us introduce the Panthers defense.
Adrian Fuentes, Austin Craig, Aaron Garcia,
Alexis Munoz,
Clincy Oliver III, Adam Echavarria, Angel Castellanos,
Josh Burkett,
Gabriel Gonzalez, Elian Rodriguez, Ted Cordova.
AGPE is your ally, your voice for professional educators.
So first play from scrimmage here in the second half is an incomplete pass. Second down and 10 coming up for Economedes.
So a lot more passing possibly by the Jaguars. Obviously, they're down 21 points. They got to get into this ball game.
Ball is at the 25-yard line. We know they rush a lot.
Yep.
But last week against Roma when they won 28-21, a couple touchdown passes by the quarterback, Nathan Garcia. Of course, Fermin Hernandez, his main running back, and this time it's going to be a sack in the backfield. Big play.
Yeah, and we got to give him on a big sack for Clincy Oliver. Man, he's been close. The last few games that he's participated in, he's been close, and he finally got there tonight. Nice to see Clincy doing well tonight off his defensive spot. I wanted to see him play, and we got some playing time tonight.
So the ball is going to be a third down, 16 yards, back at the 19-yard line. And Garcia's back to pass, and in and out of the hands of his intended receiver that time. And it was Ronnie Rios.
Yeah, again, to be honest with you, Nathan Garcia has no time. Clincy Oliver has been in his face mask every single play, that play right there. I mean, for the past few downs. They've got to figure out a way to block Clincy. If not, he's going to wreck by himself this game tonight for the Jaguars.
Did you see Christian on the sidelines? Remember last home game had the extra point?
Yeah, I remember him. Sure, Christian Garcia.
Just saw him a moment ago. Maybe he'll get a chance to.
Hey, let's hope so. Let's hope so.
I think it was an extra point, right, he got a couple games ago.
That would be nice.
Punt is up. Garcia does the punting, and the ball will be down at the 48-yard line. It is in the territory of Economedes. One of the stories tonight will be good field position for Weslaco, especially off punts. That's been one of the keys tonight.
Yeah, and that's been something that's been difficult to deal with if you're a Jaguar fan. You're having trouble punting the ball, whether it's by accident, whether it's maybe a new kicker, who knows. They're having problems with that. That's something that needs to be looked at. No doubt that they'll address it because that's, you mentioned it, they're giving really good field position to the offense of the Panthers.
And only 49 seconds on that first possession.
Yeah.
So here is the home team, and the first pass is going to be good, and it's going to get down to about the 45-yard line, and the catch was by Milton Rodriguez. He's the guy that had the interception called back. I mean, excuse me, the touchdown
15-yard
called
penalty
back.
from the end of the run.
Yeah, and this was not only illegal hit on the on Cavazos, but this was a late hit as well. So that gives 15 yards to this offense. They don't need any help, you know, and they've given 15 yards.
So the ball's down at the 29-yard line. It's in again the territory of the Jaguars.
Yeah, when things are starting to get bad, they tend to snowball kind of sometimes. We'll see if that pattern continues here.
Cavazos going to hand off the ball, and it's going to be Granados. A little reverse there.
Yeah, Granados has a lot of speed, and you know what? On that play, he should have really gone out instead of in. He had a lot more space if he would have just chunked it outside. Now, a man came up and made a good tackle on him.
Now that's the jet sweep, right?
Yeah,
that's,
the jet
I
sweep.
call it the reverse from the old days.
That's
jet
right.
sweep
It's
now.
just a nice little dump pass, a little jet sweep, just dump off to him, and that pick up a nice little gain there.
No gain. Second down and 10. Ball still at the 29-yard line. And this time, Payne Canop is going to get it, breaks a couple tackles, pulls a couple guys forward, and he's going to go from the 29 to about the 23.
Yeah, if you've got to wrap him up and try to go low on him. If you go up high, it's exactly what's going to happen. Is he's going to carry you. He's that strong. So he's carrying a defender with him, and you got to go low, and then he goes low, and then it becomes really hard to tackle. Nice run.
So it's going to be third down and 4, pickup of 6. And Canop this time is going to be met in the backfield, and he's going to be stopped immediately. Not much gain at all. And Brandon Reyna, one of their better players, in on the stop.
Yeah, and maybe that'll do it too. When you get 4 players on one guy, that'll usually do it as well. We'll bring him fourth down. Interesting call here. Punt or go?
You go for it.
Go for it?
Yep.
That's right.
Definitely no call.
I like the scout that I'm working with tonight. He's rolling with it.
Loss of 2 on the play. Fourth down and 6. And this time Cavazos looks downfield, quickly gets it off. And guess what? It is KJ Jones with the reception. and he's going to go down to about the 11-yard line, pickup of about 17 or 18, right?
Yeah, good call. And KJ has that ability on a slant like that to beat your man. And all he's got to do is take a couple of steps inside, and he's got that ability to get there quick.
It's going to be first down and 10 around the 11-yard line. Payne Knopf has it. He's at the 5, and he's going to be knocked down at the 2. So he picks up about 12 yards. First and goal to go at the 2.
Yeah, give it to him again. Give it to him again. He earned this one. Comes up, cuts it back inside. When he does, he hits his own man. And then he runs over Mel.
And quickly, Payne Knopf gets it. It's a 2-yard run, and it's a touchdown. Like you said, give it to him. Feed me.
Yeah.
Gets it. Goes 2 yards. Quick call, and it's another touchdown. Knopf did not score a touchdown last week, but has his second one tonight. Also had that 20-yard run.
Yeah, and you owed it to him. Really, you owed it to him. The play before last, Mel, the receiver number 2, Mel Rodriguez, was the one that made the tackle. Let's be honest. He ran into the back of Mel. So you got to go back and give it to him. He was supposed to get the touchdown, and he does. Just the next play right after that.
So right now it's 27-0, 8:50 remaining, and it's Ram Galvez. Extra point is good, all perfect tonight for him, 4 for 4.
Right.
So for Payne Knopf on the season, keeps rushing the ball, keeps picking up the numbers, and now on the season he has 8 touchdowns.
And now this really now puts a lot of pressure on the offense for the Jaguars. I mean, you're down 28 points. You're halfway, more or less, through the third quarter. And so you're down 28 points, and you've got to get something going.
And remember, the Jags have never scored more than 28 points this season.
Right.
That was last week in their win over Roma, 28-21. So it's going to be a tough task for them to come.
Yeah.
And there's our superintendent. You see her?
Oh, yeah. You know, she's always at all the games, whether it be Weslaco Panther games, whether it be Weslaco East games. Dr. Priscilla Canales, the superintendent. Nice wave. Hey, how's it going?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thumbs up.
Appreciate it.
Thumbs up to you, Superintendent. Yeah. Superintendent Canales, like I said, she is a great supporter. We always enjoy seeing her at the games.
Yep.
All right, here is the kickoff. It goes up, and it's taken at about the 4-yard line, and it is Hernandez. And Hernandez got even KJ Jones back there.
Yeah.
And good tackling on that play. And I believe the initial hitter was this gentleman.
Yeah, Israel de Leon was one of the many Panthers who chased him.
KJ Jones back there.
Yeah.
So it's good to see him being active both defensively on special teams and obviously a receiver. Remember, he's been out since the first game with a hamstring injury.
Yeah, he's got to get himself going.
After the play, unsportsmanlike conduct. Number 19 of the kicking team, unsportsmanlike conduct. Number 16 of the receiving team. Those penalty yards offset, first down.
We've seen a couple offsetting penalties tonight.
Yeah, tonight that's maybe about 3 or so. And that's Knopf. Yeah, he's had a good night. He's resting on the bench now.
Look at those muscles. He's been working out.
And you know what? He might be done for the night. I mean, would you even play him anymore?
Yeah, I would play him a little more.
A little bit more?
Yeah.
Maybe the third quarter?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
A first down and 10. Got to get ready for Vela. You don't want him to get injured, but you got to play. All right, it's going to be a quarterback keeper. Garcia, nice job, is at the 5, and he's going to go all the way down to near the 40-yard line, so picks up about 35 yards, and he just went right up the middle.
Yeah, Nathan Garcia, the quarterback for the Jaguars, was able to do this quite a bit, especially doing Roma. But tonight, he hasn't been that successful.
Let him go.
Yeah, but he's got some speed on him. Nice catch there at the end. Nice play by Gabriel Gonzalez to bring him down. First down.
36 yards on the carry. First and 10, 41-yard line. Garcia trying to get the pass off, but the whistle blows before it's caught by Ronnie Rios.
False start. Number 12 on the offense. 5-yard penalty. Repeat first down.
And you're talking about defense and all the good things. One of the main defenders is still out, right, with a sternum injury.
Right. You know, he's a valuable player, not just because of experience. Devin Hanks is number 4 we're talking about, who is their starting free safety. And he's the captain of the back area there, and he hasn't played. We're thinking, if our math is right, maybe not Vela, but maybe right after that, maybe Vela. They said about a month. So if our math is right, in 2 weeks,
Economedes.
he might be ready. Obviously, the Panthers are off next week. They're idle. They don't have a scheduled game until after that
I guess
on a
he
Thursday
played
night.
about 2 or 3 games, had 17 tackles.
Right.
At the time he was injured, he was one of the leading tacklers on the team. We see him walking around in shorts, his jersey on, obviously no pads on before the game, still with his teammates showing support. And of course, we got a timeout on the field right now.
Yeah, one of the fastest guys on the team as well.
And a couple of linebackers, we see them getting better all the time.
Ethan Zamora, and also we have Charles Juarez, young men who early on were slated anyway to start as linebackers. So they
got injured before the season.
You think that a lot of them, both of them still have, or at least one of them has still another year to play.
We did some fist pumps with him before the game, trying to motivate him.
That's right.
So it's first down and 15, passing down, and it's intercepted, and it's Rodney Garza, and he is going to take that ball down to about the 18-yard line. That's his second interception of the night.
Yeah, and really the wide receiver, the intended receiver, never saw that ball coming. Matter of fact, the only person, as we'll see the replay, the only person that saw the ball was Rodney. I mean, he's the only one that saw the ball going that way, and he says, hey, don't mind, I'll pick this up. Wanted a high step as well. Kind of looked like he wanted to make a couple of plays inside, but yeah.
Another penalty.
Of the defense. 15-yard penalty from the end of the run. First down, Weslaco.
So that little high step cost him 15 yards, you know, and that's, I guess that is kind of, showing off maybe or something. But hey, it's exciting. These kids, both ways, they're out there playing football and they make a great play. And they're excited, and they're gonna act. And sometimes, the stuff like this happens. But excellent play by Rodney Garza.
So first and 10 at the 35-yard line, but it is in Economedes territory, and there's going to be a handoff. Actually, Cavazos will keep it, and he is going to be tackled in the backfield that time.
Yeah, and we had a couple of players come up. As a matter of fact, that was Jose Luna. He's had a good night tonight. He's had a nice game tonight. He's been in there as well. He's been running back and forth. Danny Rodriguez was another one that was in there as well. Nice play by him. So nice play by the Jaguars overall. They're playing. They make the mistake has been made, but they keep playing.
So the ball is back at the 39-yard line. 5-yard loss on that play. Second down and 15. Man in motion. And Cavazos will throw it this time. Looks upfield, has a man wide open, and it's going to be Jaden Cavazos. He's going to be near the first down, picks up maybe about 13 on that play.
Yeah, and that's his favorite spot. He'll play off the slant. He'll go out, and then he'll cut back inside and really give a target for Cavazos. See, he just stays right in the middle, gives him a number, just shows him the 3, and he makes a play. So nice play there by also Eliseo Vasquez, the defensive back on the tackle there for him.
So it's going to be third down and 4. The ball is inside the 30-yard line, down at the 28. Clock moving almost to the midway point of the third quarter. Panthers leading 28-0. Cavazos feeling some pressure. Now will run to the left side. He'll be inside the 20. Goes out at about the 16-yard line. So on that play, picks up about 12.
Yeah, good play. That's exactly what you want to see from him. Hey, if you've got to go improvise, go ahead. Take off, young man. Make something happen, but hey, be smart. And get out of the way there as soon as you're coming up. Yeah, so
some good pressure.
Yeah, Luna, Jose Luna, and we mentioned him earlier. We mentioned Raul Aguilar for the Jaguars. They've been having good games up front, pressuring the quarterback.
So first down and 10, and this time it's going to be a fake handoff. Cavazos goes around the right side, will throw it down, and his receiver has it. It is a touchdown. Mel Rodriguez, remember, thought he had one earlier. It was called back. Gets his first touchdown of the season. Came into the game just one catch for 8 yards, but that time it is a TD.
Don't worry, Mel. We didn't forget the one that got called back. We're happy you got this one, too. Nice play. Now, this is the thing about Mel here. Mel Rodriguez, number 2. Touchdown as we await the extra point. He did a great job of being able to come back and really give his quarterback a target. We'll wait the extra point here. It is up and it is good. So there you go. 35-0. And then we're talking about this. Cavazos was pressured. He had to get out of the pocket, rolls to his left, once he's right, and then he throws the ball. But see, Mel came back for it again in the middle of double coverage. Really, the safety was there. Big Simon Garcia was back there as well. But he was able to come back, and that's the kind of thing that tells you how smart Mel is. He says, "Hey, I got to stop running my route, and now I got to give my quarterback a target." He's running for his life back there, and that's exactly what he did. And he gets repaid, or paid, I should say, by a touchdown.
All right,
good job.
A touchdown of over 20 yards that time. It's Jacob Cavazos' second touchdown pass of the game. Remember, in the second quarter, threw one to KJ Jones, and again, a couple of the touchdowns set up by Rodney Garza. Interceptions. Back with about 5:56 remaining in the first half. He got the interception, and Peyton Kanab gets a 20-yard touchdown run.
Now, again, as we get the kick here and it goes out of bounds. I don't know about you, but I would make a petition to keep Rodney back there. I mean, he has, on defense anyway, he's been the MVP. If not for the game, I mean, he's been able to change the game by these turnovers that he's been a part of. Yeah.
Ball will be placed on the 30-yard line.
So we're going to have first down and 10 for Economedes. And the ball will be around the 30-yard line. So 70 yards they'll have to march for a score. They're going to be moving toward the south end of the field, toward the scoreboard here in the third quarter. And again, our live broadcast Facebook is where we're on tonight. And a nice running play this time, gets to midfield. The ball was at the 30. It's a pickup of about 20 on the play.
Yeah, he's a new player. Yeah,
Didier Martinez. We saw him in the first half.
Yeah, Didier Martinez involved now on that one. They're trying to involve other players as well. The Jaguars are, and why not? Try to get them to different players that haven't played much.
Got more yards than I thought. I think about 23 when they finally mark it. So the ball will be in Weslaco territory at the 47-yard line. 35-0 Panthers lead. 5:47 remaining here in the quarter. And this time, not much going at all. Close to no gain on the play. Didier again.
Yeah, and he's just a sophomore, so really, I'll be honest with you, the future for these Jaguars looks very good because a lot of these players are underclassmen. A lot of juniors and sophomores playing tonight on offense.
So the ball will be marked at the 45-yard line. They'll give them a gain of 3. It's going to be second down and 7. But important for Weslaco fans, clock is running. And this time, fake handoff, Garcia will spin, and he is going to get down to about the 37-yard line. So on that play, he is going to get enough yardage for the first down, it looks like.
Yeah, Gabriel Gonzalez comes up and really makes a shoestring tackle. I mean, he just gets him down low, and he's able to tackle him. He's trying to make a move, Garcia is, to try to get some points on the board.
So ball now down at the 37-yard line in Panther territory. Under 5 minutes remaining in the third quarter. Nathan Garcia all the way quarterback. And maybe in a couple minutes we'll get some scoring updates.
Sure.
Again, the ball is handed off to number 19, and he doesn't get too much. Didier Martinez.
Yeah, Didier is one of the new backs now. Obviously, we started the game with Fermin Hernandez doing most of the running. They've decided to go to Didier, who is a sophomore, a young sophomore for the Jaguars.
No gain on the play. Second down and 10. Again, Panthers trying to shut out Economedes for the second year in a row. This time, pass is complete, and it's a first down, and the ball will be first down by a couple yards. Jacob Prado on the catch.
Another new player that we haven't called, at least tonight. They've got a lot of them. Got a lot of young players, and it's another one. He's a senior, happens to be Jacob is.
So
nice
the ball,
catch.
Rodney Garza on the tackle. The ball is down at the 25-yard line, first and 10. Economedes seeing if they can get on the scoreboard. This time, quick pass on the right side, and nothing doing at all. A couple players come in to tackle, and the receiver on that side
Yeah, Angel Chavarria.
Yeah, okay.
Angel Chavarria is the one that decided to come up and try to do something. He's been one of the favorite ones, but Gabriel Gonzalez, man, he's aggressive from that safety spot. Comes up and makes a great tackle.
Coming into this game had 26 tackles. One of the leading tacklers on the team. Coming into this game, Josh Burkett was leading the team with 39.
Right.
And number 2 was Gabriel Gonzalez. All right, that time pass incomplete off the fingertips. And guess what? Rodney Garza has his 3rd pick of the night, and he may go all the way. He is at the 30, at the 20, at the 15, and finally brought down. And I'll tell you what, it was a touchdown-saving tackle by Angel. Angel Chavarria.
I mean, somebody had to come get him. Garza has, I'm telling you, I'm writing a letter. I'm saying, Coach, you got to keep him back there. He's in the right spot. I mean, if you look at the play, it's a ball that's thrown, but it's tipped by the receiver right into the hands of Garza, who's just sitting there. He's about to make the tackle. He's thinking tackle. Then the ball pops right in front of his face. He's got no choice but to catch it.
Off the fingertips of Jacob Prada, who just had the catch moments before.
Right, right.
So, nice return. And they'll mark the ball down about the 13-yard line, where it'll be 1st and 10. Cavazos with the ball. He is going to give it to Jesse Hernandez, and Hernandez is going to get down near the 1-yard line. So he picks up about 12 yards on the carry, right?
So we've got it. That's a new running back.
No, new running back.
Yeah, we've got to give him a name. That's Samuel Bain.
Okay, that's his first carry of the night.
It looked like 26 to me. I don't know. It looked like Jesse Perez.
No.
Remember, Jesse Perez was out tonight.
No, that's not Jesse Perez.
Yeah, Jesse was out tonight.
No, it's 26.
That's Bain.
Yeah.
That's Samuel Bain, who's a senior back who's getting some work tonight.
Well, that's great.
Why not?
Got a nice
ready.
carry.
That's right. We might need him during the season.
We're going to have 2nd down now. 2nd down and goal to go. And this time, we're going to see that Jacob Cavazos is going to throw it to the back of the end zone to Jaden Cavazos. 1-yard touchdown pass. So that is the 3rd touchdown pass of the night for Jacob Cavazos. Yeah. Remember, last year against Economedes, he threw for 3 touchdowns and also rushed for 3. But he's equaled that mark last year, at least, as throwing touchdown passes.
You know who I really feel sorry for right now, though? Is the kids from FFA. They've been running with that Panther all night tonight. I mean, don't get me wrong, they love it. I mean, the good thing they're in shape and they're young and they're running back and forth. That Panther's getting a workout tonight.
That's fun.
Offsides on the defense, number 21. That penalty is declined. The result of the play is a touchdown. After the play, unsportsmanlike conduct, number 59 of the offense. Unsportsmanlike conduct, number 89 of the defense. Those penalties will offset. Try for point.
Well, now everybody's getting involved with the penalties.
Okay, look who's going to kick.
Yeah, here we go. This is what we've been waiting for. Christian Garces will now go for the extra point.
Well, he did it earlier a couple games ago. He got it. So we're pulling for you, Christian. Let's do it again.
Yeah, take your time.
Yep. Off the soccer team, right?
Yeah.
Christian puts it up, and unfortunately it's blocked this time, but nice effort.
Yeah, you know, the Jaguars are not going to let him kick.
Yeah.
Let's be honest.
No.
You know, good attempt by Christian, but hey, he knows very well that that's a possibility, especially when the good penetration there by the special teams for the Jaguars. So, hey, I know that Christian is thinking, hey, it wasn't that easy. I know it wasn't that easy. I'm not worried about me doing it. I'm just worried about that defense coming over and blocking it. But you know what? Nice play,
but all
nice
the
run.
Players showing support for him on the sideline.
Sure, that's great.
Yeah,
that's great
the
to
thing
see.
about it.
It's great to see. They know. They know they came after it. They knew.
Well, now let me say this. Jacob Cavazos ran for a 12-yard touchdown and has thrown 3 touchdown passes. And they've been to Jaden Cavazos, also Mel Rodriguez, and KJ Jones. Right. So everybody getting a taste of the ball.
Yeah, first district game, touchdowns for you. Touchdown for you, and a touchdown for you. Yeah, everybody's getting involved.
This is awesome.
Sure, this is a night of being on the Kiss Cam. Everybody's happy. Everybody's participating. It's a good score. First game of district. Even if you don't have anybody to get close to, just find a neighbor. You know, tell them, hey, do you mind? If they don't mind, why not? Sure. You know, what are the chances of you being on the KISS camp? I mean, you didn't get up this morning and say, hey, I'm going to be on KISS camp tonight. It just doesn't work that way.
So it's 41-0. Panthers lead. And by the way, the Weslaco Panthers 2019 season is sponsored by Knapp Medical Center. And return by Economedes. Ball will go to about the 18-yard line. And we see it was Orlando Rodriguez on the return.
Another new ball carrier. Hey, by the way, since they are, Knapp is sponsoring the 2019 season, wanted to say hello to Tramaru the Kangaroo.
Yeah, he was here tonight.
He is one of my favorite.
I guess it's a he. I'm not sure.
Oh, it's true. You know what? That's.
I got to be careful.
We got to go ask next week.
Yeah.
Or no, the week after. We're off next week. Tramaru the Kangaroo. As per him, does he do parties? I wonder.
We could use him for the Vipers this year.
There you go.
Okay, looks like he can dunk a basketball.
I'm becoming his agent. That's what I'm going to do.
41-0 again. 1:55 remaining in the third quarter. And Nathan Garcia going all the way at quarterback. And he is planted once again. Good defensive play.
You know, it's the first game of district, so you've got to realize that you want to keep running your offense. I understand that part of things. I mean, you try to, and that's Castellanos again. What a play by him, right? Angel Castellanos. Ever since he joined the team, maybe the second week we saw him against Ed Couch, he has been an outstanding player.
2nd down and 8. Ball at the 21-yard line in Economedes territory. Pass, it's going to be completed. Going to go for about 13 yards and the first down. And the receiver that time, the guy that returned the kickoff, Orlando Rodriguez.
Yeah, so they're bringing in young men now into this offense to try to get them some experience. And why not? It's a long season. It's the first game of the district schedule. Get him in there.
And I think it was Rodney Garza on the tackle.
Yeah, Rodney's in there again.
All right, 1st and 10, ball at the 35-yard line. Going to be a handoff this time. Going to pick up about 5 or 6 yards on that play. And the running back, Didier Martinez.
Yeah, and Clincy Oliver was there as well. Clincy has had himself a nice game. Quiet, but effective ball player tonight. Nice play.
So, gain of 7, 2nd down and 3. Ball at the 42-yard line. Spread offense. Pass to the left side. And this time, nothing doing. And it is a nice tackle on that play. It is Jacob Denna, and he came and got the receiver very quickly. Orlando, that is Rodriguez.
Yeah, Jacob Denna out there making plays. He's another one of these kids that is kind of quiet, but man, he's got a good game.
So it's going to be 3rd down and about 3. Was there a penalty?
Oh, no.
The quarter. Okay. So at the end of the third quarter, it's 41-0. The Panthers are leading Economedes. And I'll tell you what, Panthers in that third quarter put the foot on the throttle and came up with some scores. I believe they have 3 touchdowns.
I mean, we knew coming in that the Panthers were a better team. That's just the fact. I mean, but again, their defense, especially in the second half, has done very well.
So it's going to be 3rd down and about 3. Going back to pass as Garcia looks on the right side, and the pass is incomplete. The intended receiver that time, Chavarria. Angel Chavarria.
Yeah. So, you know, again, I kept kind of talking about this. It's tough when your game plan was to run the ball, set things up, and then set up the pass. And you're down 40 points, right? 41 points.
Right.
And so it's hard to stay with your game plan. I know that you're trying to, but that's what you plan to be successful. It's so hard to do that when you're down so much and it's already the 4th quarter.
So 4th down and 3. Garcia is going to punt the ball. He's going to get it off at about his own 35-yard line. Ball will bounce Jay Granado's back there, but he'll let it roll out of bounds at about the 13-yard line. So this time, not such good field position for the Panthers. Do we have any scores right now?
Yeah, you know, I know that as a Panther fan, and Panther fans are always wondering how their neighbors, crosstown neighbors, are doing, the Weslaco East Wildcats. We had about 2 minutes left to go in the fourth quarter. It was all Wildcats, 56-0.
Wow.
Over the Donna North Chiefs.
All right.
Now, interesting game earlier. I don't have an updated score, but at halftime.
I'd like to remind you to take part in the upcoming 2020 census. The information collected during the census helps decide where millions of dollars in federal funding will go to support infrastructure, healthcare, also public safety and education, just to name a few. When the time comes, make sure you respond to the census questionnaire online or on the phone or by mail. 2020 census, take part next year.
We would like to respond all of you present.
Before the play, offsides, number 35 of the defense, 5-yard penalty, good first down.
And you too can make the right call. Stop by and visit the Weslaco Vision Source for all of your eye care needs. Catch number 5, Joe Maldonado. Project Construction proudly introduces the cheerleader of the week, Deidre Roberts. Is a senior and the daughter of David and Sandra Juarez. She's a varsity co-captain cheerleader and a member of NHS. Deidre is a Hall of Fame cheerleader, UCA All-American, UIL State finalist cheerleader, and has multiple All-Star National Championships. She plans to study psychology at Texas Tech University. Trigen Construction, a leader in the commercial construction industry, is fast and efficient at taking care of your construction needs. Trigen sponsors the Cheerleader of the Week.
devices in the welfare and comfort.
Hey, don't forget to go right after the ball game to Seals, home of the Botana. And take a ride in the Panther shuttle with Danny. Say hello. He'll take you to and from the ball game. Seals of Weslaco. Our local State Farm Insurance agent is Julian Garza, who proudly introduces the band student of the week. Lillian Bravo. Lillian is a senior and the daughter of Heidi De Leon and Joe Bravo. She is this year's drum major for the Panther Corps. Lillian is part also of the indoor percussion ensemble and advanced to state solo and ensemble. She is president also of SNHS. Lillian is a member also of NHS, BPA, and HOSA. Lillian plans to study biology, science, and geography. And celebrating Lillian Bravo, the band student of the week. And thank you to Julian Garza and the State Farm Insurance Agency for sponsoring the band student of the week. Number 2 with the right, Nathan Garcia. For the Panthers on the carry, number 26, Samuel Bailly. Second down. Good running by number 26. Samuel Bailly for the Panthers. For the Panthers, number 25, Jesse Perez. Number 26, correction, Samuel Bailly. Screen pass connects with number 5, Joe Maldonado. carry, number 5, Jeremiah Donado. On the tackle, 21, Eliseo Vasquez, the loose ball. On the recovery, the Jaguars.
Panthers led by 3. See you after the game. By the key.
On the carry, number 24, Gabriel Zapata, stopped by number 53, Marco Rosales. We would like to introduce the athlete of the week, Christian Andrew Garces, sponsored by Judge Juan Alvarez, City of Weslaco Municipal Judge. Christian is a senior and the son of Eliza and Josh Dimando. He wears number 12 and is a kicker for your Weslaco Panthers. Christian is also a four-year soccer player where he plays forward. He plans to attend UTRGV and major in marketing. Congratulations to Christian Andrew Garces, this week's Athlete of the Week, sponsored by Judge Juan Alvarez. Tackle number 10, Jacob Denna. Denna something number 23, Jose Martinez. Garcia. First and 10. Garcia connects with number 12, Angel Chavarria, penalty marker on the field of play.
Personal foul, face mask, number 10 of the defense. 15-yard penalty, half the distance to the goal. First down.
Garcia. For the Panthers, number 20, Mario Perez. Panthers. The ROTC Student Week is Company Commander First Lieutenant Alma Vasquez. Alma is a senior and the daughter of Sylvia and Hector Vasquez. She was named Cadet of the Month at Bern. First and 10 for the Panthers. We want to thank you for coming out and supporting your respective teams. As you make your way down the stairs and out of the parking lot, please meet our folks careful. Drive home safely. The fine folks from Edinburg invite you to come back and visit our community. ROTC Student Week is Battalion Commander Sergeant Major Armando Vera. Armando is a senior and the son of the cadet, and Armando Vera. He earned the Superior Cadet Award for his academic excellence and being an outstanding member of the community. Aaron also received the Best Actor Award for in drama. He would like to study at Weslaco Military Academy and major in religious studies. Once again, thank you to the Triumph Therapy and Dr. Kenneth McCleary supporting all of our current and former military personnel. Triumph Therapy, our allergy suit of the week sponsor. Panthers in victory formation. And the Panthers will go to 1-0 in district. Texas National Field at Bobby Lassie Stadium with the Panthers winning 41-7. Thank you for coming down tonight, and good night.
That just have better players right now at the skill position. A lot of players are missing or not there for the Economedes Jaguars. You saw it tonight. The talent level obviously a little bit different as well. Good win by the Panthers. There's some things that I know Coach Stroman is going to say. We got to go back and fix those penalties. Really killed some scoring drives. And I mean scoring drives, not just possessions, but scoring drives. So you got to go back against other teams that are coming. You've got Vela coming, Weslaco High, you got Edinburg, all these other teams that are better teams than the one you played tonight, you have to not have those breakdowns and things like that. So we're hoping to build on this win tonight.
Football Fred, enjoyed working with you as always. I'm Scott Harrison. And final score, first district game of the season. And we see the Weslaco Panthers are now 4-1, 1-0 in district. And Economedes, they drop now to 1-4, 0-1 in district. Final score, it's the Panthers over the Jaguars, 41-7. And we wish you a very good evening. We've been broadcasting from the Texas National Bank Field at Bobby Lackey Stadium in Weslaco, Texas. This has been a K-West production.
Yeah, and that's the way you start district play with a 41-7 victory over Edinburg Economedes. The Weslaco Panthers are victors tonight. Hello, everybody. Carlos Orletto, along with Mike Gonzalez, and we are here for the Knapp Medical Center post-game show. And yes, we got plenty of fans right behind us, still excited about the big victory here for the Panthers, 1-0 in district play, and they came certainly to play. Quick thoughts, Mike Gonzalez.
Oh, Jesse, I think you covered everything. Carlos, it's a great start to district play. Now they're, on a 4-game winning streak. Now they're going into a bye before the big game against Edinburg Vela, 2 weeks on a Thursday, but 2 weeks.
On a Thursday night, and certainly that'll be live on K-West. Right now, let's get to the highlights in this one. 41-7, the final score. Let's see how it all happened in the first quarter. Jacob Cavazos rolling out, trying to pass. Instead, he tucks and runs here for an early 7-0 lead for the Panthers. KJ Jones able to get into some action tonight. Watch this catch right here by Cavazos. Makes a leaping grab for number 14, and it's 14-0 now, Panthers. Rodney Garza had a monster game. We've seen him on the offensive side of the ball, but watch him right here. An interception and taking it back, have some blockers up front. Some of those defensive guys doing some blocking inside the 20-yard line, and that would set up number 15. Peyton Knob running and avoiding tacklers and goes in for the score. 21-0 there now, Panthers with the lead. How about more Knob? And at the half, it was 28-0 Panthers dominating this game. We told you Rodney Garza had a big game, and how about another interception? Playing center field back there and comes up with another INT. Runs past his blockers right there, but why not? As he takes this one nearly in for the score, all the way inside the 15. That would set up a touchdown pass here. Mel Rodriguez, or that's Jane Cavazos with a touchdown, and that made it. Well, I don't remember. What was the score at this point? Lost count, need a calculator for this one. Final score, Weslaco Panthers win it 41-7. There you see Mel Rodriguez with a touchdown. Come up on stage. Who we got up here? Let's bring up KJ and Rodney. Congratulations, guys. That's the way you start district play, Rodney. Congratulations. And getting a big hand from the crowd that is out here. First of all, KJ, how does it feel to be back? I know you've been nursing some injuries. You got a chance to play a full game here. How did it feel?
Feels great. It's just another day, another practice. Not practice, but another great game. Feels good to be out here with the boys.
So you got a touchdown, and you had to go up there for that one. Talk to me a little bit about that play for that touchdown.
It was really just me focusing in on the ball, making the play, and being there for my team. That's it.
Rodney, I mean, they're using you everywhere, man. You can play quarterback, you can play receiver, you can play in the backfield, you can play defensive back, you're even the holder. You're everything, man. So just tell me how you do it.
It's just simple. Just work hard, do what you got to do, listen to coaches. They put you in the right place, and you just do your 1 out of 11.
But, I mean, do you have to study the playbook quite a bit? Is it, pretty intense? I mean, tell us about that.
Yeah, it's just every night, go on huddle, look at what you got to do, scouting reports, everything. It's a lot of work, but it pays off at the end.
A big night for Rodney Garza, 3 interceptions. I thought one of them was going to go back for a touchdown. You ran out of gas a little bit there. Did you want that, TD?
Yeah, I wanted it bad, but, it was long, a lot of yards. So.
Absolutely. You covered definitely some good yards. How about this team right here? You guys to be on a roll. You started off the season with a loss. We're not talking about that anymore. But 4 in a row here. Talk to me a little bit about this team and how far can they go?
You want it? There you got it.
we're just getting better from here on out. We're just going to continue playing our game, doing us. That's it.
Rodney, what's the confidence like on this team now? You know, there were some question marks coming in, new head coach, and now you seem like you guys have gelled together. And, you know, we talked about this in the pregame show. You have the 2018, the 2019, a little bit different.
Yeah, it's that first loss brought us together a lot. It made us learn a lot too, and we came together strong, faster, smarter, and in the outcome it came out perfectly.
You know, talk to me about the offensive line a little bit. I mean, you guys, well, I know, KJ, you played last year a little bit, but I mean, just have you seen the maturity of the offensive line? Because that was the area where they were going to be young, but it seems to me like they're getting a little bit better and better. So just give us your observation.
Yes, sir. Great group of guys. Trench Kings, you already know. They're just out there getting better every day, getting in work by themselves on Saturday sometimes. They're really just doing them, being a great team, great line, putting in work for us when we need it. So.
What was your off season like? I know we saw you there, track and field, running and doing a lot there. Did you bulk up a little bit over the off season? And talk to me a little bit about that.
Off season, I was really just building up my speed and stuff. Yep. We was doing weights and all that, bulking up, but we was really just trying to stay down to where I can keep running and all that, keep my same speed.
Rodney, offense or defense? What side of the ball you like playing on?
Anywhere they need me.
How exciting must it be for you guys that you have so many weapons, especially on the offensive side of the field, that you guys can show different packages, different looks, different everything. I mean, you guys have different ways of exploiting the defense. It's just talk to me about how much fun it is to play all together.
You want it? It's pretty fun, you know, because we have a lot of weapons, like you said, and it's fun to get out there, get everybody in, having a good game like this, high-scoring game, and it's just fun because everybody gets to play, gets a little taste on Friday nights.
All right, guys, we'll let you get off the stage. Congratulations. KJ Jones, Rodney Garza, two of our players here. Outstanding games.
Congratulations.
Good job, Rodney. Appreciate that. Thanks for coming on the post-game show. Once again, it's a victory for the Weslaco Panthers, 41-7. The final score in this one as they open up district play against Economedes. And they'll play again in a couple of weeks. It'll be on the road, taking place in Edinburg against Villa. And that'll be a good game, but let's go ahead and we'll continue to talk about this one a little bit because the defense, I know they wanted that shutout, gave up a touchdown late in the game. But once again, you talk about some of the key players. Talk about some of the key players on the defensive side of the ball, and we'll get to them in a minute. First, let's talk to Jaden Cavazos, come up on stage. Mel Rodriguez as well. Both of you guys got a touchdown each here tonight. So what were you thinking here? You got yours, late in the game? Yes, what were you thinking when you made that catch?
I was playing a different position, so that was a new adjustment for me, but made the most of it, and fortunately, Jacob threw a good ball, and I just made the catch.
So now you guys are going into a bye, and then you got to prepare for Edinburg Vela. So just kind of talk to me about what you guys are going to work on this week. I mean, I'm sure there's some guys that are a little banged up. They're going to try to get healthy, but just what is the team going to what is it going to be like in practice, and how are y'all going to prepare, and et cetera?
Yeah, of course, we're just going to regroup, continue to get everybody healthy. We got a couple guys out right now, but continue to work on ourselves. I mean, this week, to us, we're competing against ourselves each and every day just to get prepared for Vela. So continue to clean up the little things, stop kind of shooting ourselves in the foot on some of these penalties, and then everything will work out okay.
Mel, y'all have been averaging almost, 40 points a game? Something like that. So you were ready to hey, everybody's scoring. What about me? I want to get an opportunity to score, and you finally got it here tonight. How did it feel?
It felt great. We all executed our stuff, and we all did what we were supposed to.
Tell me a little bit about your catch.
I don't know. It was a good catch to me.
It was a good catch.
Yeah.
It certainly was. Now, when he starts to scramble a little bit, because Jacob's a little bit of a scrambler. You know, he can avoid the tackles and he can move pretty well. He stays in the pocket sometimes. Do you feel like that's your opportunity? Okay, I know where he's going.
Get open. Jacob's going to give you the ball, and then fortunately Mel made a good play on it.
I got to ask you, Mel, now you're getting the opportunity to come in and make some plays, and you did that tonight. But just what is it like to play with these guys that are, the nucleus is our 3-year letterman, 3-year starters, and now you get to be a piece of that now with Ronnie Garza and some of these other guys stepping up. It's just, how much fun are you having?
Having a lot of fun. It's fun playing with them, learning from them. It's just fun playing with them, yeah.
School is a lot more fun, right? You're a senior, junior, so you get to go and you guys are winning. You're on this win streak. Pep rally's a lot more fun. Everything's a lot more beautiful when you're winning, isn't it?
For sure. I mean, we got a great community. They always support us. And when we win, it just makes everything feel so much better.
Now you guys can start talking a little bit about Edinburg Villa, And I know last year, disappointing loss. This year, is it time for, hey, you know what? We have an opportunity. This team is clicking. After 5 games, you feel like, hey, this year, might be the year we can beat them?
Yeah, like I said, we're just going to focus on ourselves this week. Fortunately, everything will go out good. Just clean up all the little things, and then everything will work out okay against Edinburg.
How about a shout out to the defense that they're really improving since the first game where they're giving up a lot of big plays. Now it seems like that's cut down quite a bit, and it's really benefiting you guys. And just kind of talk about that a little bit.
Yeah, they put us in great field position. I mean, it makes scoring a lot easier because we don't have to travel as far. So they've been playing great. They're continuing to improve each and every week, and we're just feeding off their energy.
Mel, any shout outs to anybody? Offensive line, anybody like that?
Shout out to the offensive line for executing, and the receivers doing their job, and defense executing as well.
All right, guys. I'll go ahead and let you guys go. Congratulations. Jacob.
Congratulations, guys.
Mel.
Congratulations.
Good job, guys. We'll let you get off the stage. How about a big hand for these guys out here grinding it out? 5 o'clock in the morning practices, but certainly they enjoy it, especially when they come out victorious. 41-7. And, Coach, here we are. Coach Stroman, tell me a little bit.
Good job, Coach.
I know there's always things to work on, but first of all, let's talk about the positive things. And your teams have been scoring upwards in the 40-point range, and they did it again here tonight. How about that offense?
Well, we started off slow. Our biggest opponent, and like I told the kids, is going to be us. We need to minimize a lot of those penalties and our execution. We do a better job executing. It was a tale of 2 halves. First half, the second half was, like Jekyll and Hyde. But, we can be dangerous, but our biggest opponent is always going to be ourselves. And we still got a lot of work to do. And we'll go back to the drawing board and get all those things fixed up.
Something that you were a little concerned about, Coach, from last week's game was giving up a big lead. Well, that didn't happen tonight, so I'm sure that's something you're very happy about.
Oh, we talked about it in the halftime. I said, don't forget about the Harlingen South game, no doubt. But I thought we controlled the line of scrimmage. I thought our defensive line played well and controlled the line of scrimmage, and then our offensive line also, they did a good job of blocking and creating holes for our running backs and giving Jacob some time and scrambling, and our receivers did a good job of going back and catching the football.
Could you relax, not you as a coach, but you didn't have to, continue on to think about, okay, it's a close game if we do this, we do that. It was a widespread margin of victory for you guys. Did you feel a little bit better on the sideline there entering the 4th quarter as opposed to the other games?
Oh, no doubt. No doubt. But the most important thing is, you're trying to get everybody to play. These guys sacrifice. They believed in the process. They've been, they sweat, they practice, they show up early in the morning for our practices, and it's fun when everybody gets to play, and that's as a coach, it feels good. It feels good to put everybody and everybody gets a chance.
So, Coach, now you're going into a bye week, preparing for Edinburg Villa in 2 weeks. So, just what is a bye week going to be like for you guys?
Well, we got a lot to prepare. They're the district champs, you know what I mean? And giving props to Coach Campbell and his coaching staff. They got a good football team over there, and I believe they've only lost 3 or 4 games in 2 or 3 years. So, we got our hands. We got a tough task ahead of us, but these guys know it. They're going to be ready, and we're going to prepare a good game plan and give it our best shot.
How are those 5 o'clock in the morning practices working out for you guys? You come out here in the morning, you change that up. It used to be in the afternoon. It's always been in the afternoon here in Weslaco as far as I can remember. But morning practices, it's dark, it's nice and cool. You kind of like that?
Well, this is what the kids are used to right here. It feels like it's 5, 6 in the morning. We practice at 6 and we bring them, turn the lights on because this is about as realistic as it's going to be. I get more out of them. I get more out of our kids, and you know what? When they go to school, they're more alert. It's exercise, and after school, we meet with them for about 30 minutes, and then we send them home, and they get to do homework. So, it's been something that we've taken a pride about, and people were saying, what's going to the attendance going to be? But these guys do a tremendous job being punctual, and because they know the importance of this year and our football team.
Once again, Coach, the defense came to play tonight. And, I mean, ever since the first game, we've seen the improvement. And they were this close to getting a shutout, but you have to feel really good and really proud of their effort tonight.
Well, we were probably at the bottom in our district on defense, and used that a little bit for motivation. And these kids really came out and played hard, and like I said, they controlled the line of scrimmage. And then Rodney did a good job of intercepting three interceptions, but you know, our tackling improved in the second half. I thought first half we were tackling too high, but that was, you know, the fundamentals is what we talked about at halftime.
What about after the game? What did you talk about the team? I know there's some things you got to clean up. You know, you still had some penalties that you don't want, especially going up against a tough defending 31-6A champion in a couple of weeks. So what else did you talk to him about?
That's exactly what I told him. I said we got to minimize our mistakes and our penalties. I mean, we can't do that against a great team like Vela and expect for us to win. So we got to play disciplined football, and these guys are up for the challenge, and we got our work cut out, but we'll fix all that. And I'm just happy for tonight. I'm going to enjoy this one. We got 24 hours to enjoy this one, and then we'll start getting prepared for Edinburg Vela.
Well, you got 24 hours, so how about a smile from Coach Stroman for a victory tonight?
Thanks for the support, guys.
Always the coach. All right, thank you very much, Coach Stroman. Appreciate it.
Congratulations, Coach.
Yeah. All right, so once again, 41-7, Weslaco Panthers win, and I want to talk a little bit about this defense and Tank. Once again, another big game for him. He's making a name for himself. Austin Craig also in the middle had another big game as well. And it seems like, you know, there were some holes in that defense early on in the season. They're trying to patch things up, and these are a couple of players that are making a name for themselves.
Yeah, Carlos, and I mean, speaking of Tank, I mean, not only is he starting to play well, Carlos, he's starting to dominate the line of scrimmage. And if you can win the trenches, and it starts with Tank, oh my goodness, that only helps out everybody else, the linebackers, the secondary. And I think he set the tempo for the unit tonight and did an outstanding job. And I think everybody else just followed. Gabriel Gonzalez, I thought, had an outstanding game as well. And, you know, we mentioned Ronnie Garza with his 3 interceptions. So great job by the unit.
Yeah, and Rodney was just kind of playing center field out there. I would think maybe he spends more time on offense as he does on defense. And he's just kind of floating back there, and the balls just happen to go right into his hands, makes the athletic move, and also marching down the field once he makes the interception.
Yeah, and I think that was the game plan coming into tonight, Carlos. So Coach Stroman talked about playing 5-man front and making them throw the football. He felt like the linebacker secondary could make some plays, and that's exactly what happened. Is he dared Economedes to throw the football, and the unit made them pay for it.
Yeah, and once again, on the offensive side of the ball, we talked about the defense. How they're putting it together. The offense has changed a lot also from the first game of the season to now 5 games later, in that they're spreading the ball around a little bit more. You know, it's not just the Jacob Cavazos show, but it's Jacob and Jaden and Peyton and Rolly Berones and, you know, Mel and Jay Granados. We even haven't had a chance to talk to Jay Granados up here, but he's another weapon for the Weslaco Panthers.
Yeah, and what I really like, Carlos, just how easy Jacob makes things look in the pocket and how comfortable he is. He doesn't panic and just is able to find his weapons down the field. And the guys are just coming through and delivering. And I think the key, though, is the offensive line growing up, maturing, and making things easier for Jacob. Because in the beginning, we kind of felt like Jacob had to run for his life a little bit. But I think the offensive line is growing up a little bit, making everybody else's job easier. And as you mentioned, the other guys are just running great routes, doing their assignments. And if that continues, I mean, they put up 41 points tonight. They came into tonight averaging, 38 points, 419 yards a game. So just another night in the office.
All right, we've got a couple of weeks to talk about the big game, 31-6A contest. It'll be at Vela, and it'll be on a Thursday night, so that means UIL rules do allow us to broadcast the game live, so people will be able to watch that, or you can go and watch it in Edinburg. But the Weslaco Panthers now, after 5 weeks, are 4-1 of the season after winning tonight 41-7 over Edinburg Economedes. For Mike Gonzalez, I'm Carlos Robledo and all the K-West crew. Thanks for joining us here on the Knapp Medical Center postgame show.